Welcome back to the Jespective, where I do cultural commentary, go over some life lessons, and everything in between. One last difficulty. Guys, today, we're going to have some fun today. I've been gone for a while, but, you know, decided to get back with another Pop the Balloon of Fine love reaction from the Arlette Amuli YouTube channel. So, I guess that's it for the intro. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right. This guy is almost, hold on. This guy is almost definitely a stripper or something like that. There is no reason why you go out to a dating show dressed like this unless that's your profession. But we will see. I could be wrong here. That's just the vibe I'm getting. Maybe he just does that. Maybe he's from a different part of the country that I'm just not familiar with, and they just walk out like this. But I feel like if you walk out with a cowboy hat and a white beater on, you're almost definitely a stripper. Okay, let's keep going. You know, like, real shout out to Arlette for these channels, for these videos, because these like really blew up in the past, I don't know, this year, I guess. And again, I think she has some of the best ones out there. So shout out to her.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette and we are back with another episode of Pop the Balloon or Find Love. And we've got some single men lined up. Make some noise, guys. Okay.
You know, I just realized I've done these before, but I don't think I've ever done one with a panel of guys. So this is going to be a slightly different dynamic. We'll see how this one plays out.
So we are going to be bringing out some single women once they come around this corner one by one. If you're feeling her, you know, outfits on point, makeup on fleek, whatever it is, do not pop your balloon. However, if there's anything like maybe she says something that's a red flag to you or you just cannot see yourself dating her, go ahead and pop that balloon and I'll go over to a few of you, see why you ended up popping. Are we ready? Okay. All right.
All right, right off the bat, I guess I'm interested to see what happens. But in my mind, I would feel like a lot of the guys would be more, okay, versus how it goes with the girls. I think the guys would be a lot more forgiving of some of the personal shortcomings of the women, so long as they look attractive. They might be thinking to themselves, oh, we could work around that, so long as he's attractive. Whereas I think with the women, the guy could be attractive, but like you say one or two things and they'll be quicker to pop the balloon. I'm not saying that won't be the case with the guys here, but I'm saying I think it's less likely to be the case. But we'll see.
All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and bring out our first single lady. Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
My name is Nucci.
Hey, Nucci. How old are you?
I'm 25. I'll be 26 soon.
Okay. And what do you do?
I am an artist as well as a behavioral health tech, and I'm also a stripper.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to say anything, but I figured with the one dude that looked like a stripper on here, he probably is. He hasn't said anything yet. I know I'm going after this dude a lot right now, and he didn't say anything yet. But I just felt like there had to be, if he is one, as I'm guessing he is now, without having seen anything yet, because I'm making major assumptions, because that's what you do on YouTube, right? But I had a feeling if there was one on the panel, there would have to be a girl who probably was in that area as well. So I'm curious if that's the case, because I made a lot of assumptions here. I'll be proven wrong or right soon enough. So let's see what happens.
Okay. Now, what kind of artist are you?
I rap.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Another thing, if you are a guy and you said that you rapped, you would instantly hear a ton of pop balloons. Again, she's pretty, she's attractive. I don't know if they feel the same way about someone saying that they're gonna rap, but I ain't hear no balloons pop just yet. So let's keep going.
You think we should be looking out for anything soon?
Yes, actually, I dropped the song yesterday, so go ahead and check that out, you guys.
Okay.
Showgirl Nucci on YouTube and Instagram.
All right. Well, make sure to check that out. Now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, there it is. Never mind. He was like, no, the second I heard your name, I knew it was time to pop the balloon. But okay, let's keep going.
I like to write music. I love movies. Like, I grew up watching movies. Like, my grandma would sneak us into the movies. Like, we would pay for one, go see another one, wouldn't pay for it. So, yeah, love movies. I love to hike. I like to work out as well. Anybody that knows me knows that when I was like heavily into my working out like regimen, I was working out like 5-6 days a week. I got really small, plumped up a little bit, but I like myself both sizes.
Okay. Now, what are some things you look for in a man?
Just security within yourself, confidence, a guy that has like goals, and actually like doing something to achieve them. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what are some deal breakers?
Ooh. Deal breakers. A guy like if you've met me, if you've been around me, humbly, I do get attention. So like if you know that about me and you want to pursue me, then that's definitely something. Like if you tend to get insecure about the attention that I get, that's something that would make me like kind of stray away from you.
All right, I will say this, and we'll see how she handles that. If you're an attractive woman, and you go out into the world, there's going to be tons of dudes looking at you. You're going to get attention from everybody, including other women who aren't even into women. It's just a thing. Beauty is something that everyone, I think, appreciates, and there's nothing wrong with that. What I think is important, though, is how within the context of a relationship, she handles that attention. That is probably the most important thing when it comes to how some guys would view a girl that they want to take seriously. If she entertains everybody who throws her some of that attention, then that's probably going to be well, not probably, it is going to be a problem. But if she is graceful in shutting people down effectively, and is just respectful of the boundaries set within her relationship, then I think ultimately everyone's okay. Now, again, those boundaries are different from person to person. Whatever relationship you're in, you should do a good job in saying what those boundaries might be. So that's the one thing I feel like kind of flags a little bit that some of the people might have an issue with, because she is a stripper, I think she said, right? And she says, yeah, there's going to be a lot of people looking. And now I'm just like, well, obviously. Yeah, yeah. So in my mind, it's going to take a certain kind of guy to be okay with what it is that she's bringing. And I'm curious to see, for the people who haven't popped their balloons yet, what their thoughts are on that. So let's keep going.
All right. So we did get a couple pop balloons. Let's go on over there and see why they ended up popping.
Okay.
2 is actually quite surprising, to be fair.
All right. Let's start with your name and age.
I'm Trey. I'm 25.
And Trey, what do you do?
I'm a development project manager at a tech company.
Okay. And so why did you end up popping your balloon?
Just a profession. Stripper. That's not my preference. Nothing wrong with you.
No, honestly, I thought it was going to be more people that would pop. So.
And she's right. I thought there was going to be as well. But you see, again, that kind of goes to how I started this whole thing. I think guys are probably sometimes going to find themselves in a position where they are a little bit more willing to look past certain things, so long as she's pretty. So, or they'll convince themselves. Also, make no mistake about it, guys can put certain people into certain categories, as like the for fun category, the I'm not sure category, and the I'm looking for my wife category. So at this point, it's just a dating show on YouTube. I don't know where the other guys are in reference to this thinking, but it's something we'll keep in mind.
I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Now, is he someone that's your type?
You're dressed very well, great smile. Just if we're going off everyday life, I probably wouldn't entertain.
Yeah.
Nothing against you. You're very handsome.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Now, is there something there that's making you say you wouldn't entertain him?
I think I just like a more like brolicky guy, like a little bit more like you know.
Got it.
No, not that saying like
You're
you're not
good.
that,
I'm
but
just
just
playing.
for me, I'm
You're
a big
good.
girl, so
I understand.
yeah.
Praise God.
Yeah, and look, I think she was respectful. She did the best she could to give him why she wasn't interested anyway, even though he popped this balloon on her, and I think that's fine. Everyone has their preferences. People have their ideal set in their mind, and this ideal is sometimes attached to how people see themselves, right? She mentioned, hey, I think I'm a big girl, and I like somebody who's generally bigger than me, or appears that way to her, right? So whatever, that's perfectly fine, and I think so far she's sweet. She's not somebody who would have said something that would have triggered other pops immediately. But let's keep going.
Thank you. And let's go down over here. Your name and age.
Yeah, my name
This
is
chair
Key.
went all the
I'm
way down.
28.
And Key, what do you do?
I own a trucking business.
Okay, very cool. Now, why did you end up popping your balloon?
Just a profession, same thing. Very pretty girl.
Thank
just
you.
Profession, yeah, that's
Sorry,
it.
I'm sweating. It's hot.
Yeah, not surprised. Not surprised.
Okay. And now, is Key someone that's your type?
Love your complexion. Like that was definitely the first thing that caught my eye when I walked out here.
Appreciate it.
Love the waves as well. I probably would entertain you if you approached me. So yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Thank you. All right. So we still do have quite a few balloons left unpopped. I'm going to go ahead and have you ask these guys a question, help you narrow it down.
Ooh. Damn, I didn't really think about this.
Oh, girl.
Do any of you guys have children? You do?
Are kids a deal breaker for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm
let's,
sorry.
let's head on over here. Let's start with your name and age.
My name is John. I'm 31.
John, what do you do?
I think
I'm
I-
an aerospace tech.
I think I said this in a past video before when it comes to dating people with kids. I think at a certain point in your life, I think she said she was 25. I'm not sure how old this guy is. At a certain age, I think earlier in your life, when you realize that you probably have a lot more options, I think people often opt to go with the less complicated situations because they're at a point in their life where they could realistically bargain for more. They have less attachments themselves. They have less things going on, and they typically want that in their partner as well. That way they could build something new together. I think as you start to go further and further in life, you take on more responsibilities, be it a kid yourself, maybe a marriage or two that didn't work out. And so people are then more open to doing blended families and combining situations. And some people, and again, this is not everybody, that's why I say the word some, but I feel generally more often than not, that's the feeling of a lot of people in the earlier years of their lives. As you get a little bit older, things will change. But anyways, let's keep going.
And I do content, so.
Got it. So she did pop on you for the kids. Why did you have your balloon unpop for her, though, prior to that?
I mean, I'm not really shallow. You feel me? I like to get to know the person, so I was just trying to fill her up.
Okay. Got it. Now, I know the kids is a deal breaker, but is he someone that's your type?
You're so cute. Like, let me just say that. You're like really cute, but like if I'm gonna be with somebody, I need somebody that's like fine to me. Like you fine to a lot of girls, I'm sure. But to me, like very cute.
See this right here? This face that dude is making? I kind of, I don't know if I made the face when she said it, but that's kind of what I'm thinking too. Again, she's sweet. And I think a lot of women in general are a little less confrontational in this way. So I don't think she's going to want to just straight up say like, nah, you know what I mean? So she's going to find a way to be like, you're probably great for everyone else, just not me, right? there's always people who do stuff like that. I think it's funny to see how it plays out. But this guy's face right here, this right here is, I think, all of us when we're hearing what she's doing right now. Again, she's sweet and I get it. I can appreciate it. But let's be clear as to what it is. But let's keep going.
I love your dreads.
She's trying to let him down easy if that wasn't clear. Let's keep going.
I like the way you're dressed. Yeah.
It's cool. I respect it.
Okay. All righty. So everyone else has no kids. Any other questions?
This is dumb, but like I do want to know your guys' signs.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna lie. I think I would have popped right there too. I might have popped. Okay, if I was here, I would have popped sooner. Honestly, the stripper thing is probably stripper thing is a deal breaker for me as well. In an alternate reality, but I just think. Yeah. Okay. Let's. All right. Let me hear her out. I feel like I would have popped right there too. If I didn't pop earlier, I would probably have popped just then. But let's see what she has to say.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna pop you based off your sign. I just want to know.
We'll start here with your name and age.
My name's Dante. I'm 25.
Okay. Dante, what do you do?
I'm a famous adult entertainer and also a YouTuber as well.
Okay.
Oh. All right. You see that? I absolutely knew it. That this dude dressed like that had to be. He said, "Wait, he didn't say stripper though." He said adult entertainer. All right, that took it a level beyond what I thought he was. But yeah, nah, you don't walk around like this unless you are in that industry in some way, shape, or form. Because typically, it's just not something I think you would expect. The way everyone else is dressed, you could kind of see it. I don't even think someone who is like a bodybuilder would show up dressed like that. So that this almost looks like the same way how and maybe that goes back to what I was thinking before. Maybe when Arlette's kind of getting people who might be potential matches on the panel, she has a dude who is in the adult industry, and so I felt that she would have gotten someone else who was in that industry that way to kind of keep it balanced, keep a wider range of people in the mix, and just see where things fall. Just because some people are inside the industry does not necessarily mean they would align on other things, but I think you kind of put it in a place where there can be more understanding, and with more understanding comes more potentials for matches and so on and so forth. So that's just hilarious though. Cause I felt like dude was trying to be an R&B singer from the 90s in the music videos, but like dressed up in real life. And I'm like, people don't actually do that unless they're in that industry. So interesting.
Got it. So to answer her question, what's your sign?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay,
A true
I like Sag.
Sag.
Yeah.
Good. We'll come back. Name and age.
Named Justin, and 26,
Okay. And what do you do?
and I own a online business. So yeah,
Okay.
And what's your sign?
I'm Cancer.
Okay. I like Cancer. You guys are very like emotionally intelligent and like just like intuitive when it comes to emotions.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And you guys like really make people feel comfortable. Like no sign I feel like is better at doing that than a Cancer. So
Yeah, that's how.
See what he's doing right now? I don't know if he really cares, but he's still interested. So he is going to play like he cares. You see this? Oh yeah, totally. Because this is what all guys would do. If you're actually interested and someone's saying something that you don't actually care about, you're going to put on your best game face and you're going to keep it going. So shout out to this guy because I see what he's trying to do, but I just had to call it out because this is what we do here. All right, anyways, let's keep going.
Oh, it is. For
I like
sure.
that.
Yeah.
Name and age.
Chris, 27.
And Chris, what do you do?
I got a couple jobs. I'm a realtor first, and then I work at a community center with kids, and then I work at 2 nonprofits.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
What's your sign?
Scorpio.
I have a love-hate relationship with you guys. Like I love you guys, but you guys are toxic.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, at least you know.
Thank you. And we did get a pop. Let's head on back this way. Your name and age.
My name's Ryan. I'm 26.
And Ryan.
This guy again. This Ryan. This guy is funny. He's on a YouTube channel. I think it's Strawberry Park. I could be wrong, but hilarious dude. And whenever I see him here, I want to start laughing because I feel like he's like, you know how there's some people who do a certain type of content, and you just when you see them in other places that are supposed to be semi-serious. I know this is a dating show where people just say wild, outlandish shit sometimes, but I feel like when I see him here, I just can't take him serious. I feel like he's gonna say something funny, or he's trolling, or any one of these things. But anyways, shout out to him. Great content over here on YouTube. So let's keep it going.
What do you do?
I own 2 different media companies.
Okay. So you did end up popping your balloon when she asked, "What's your sign? What's up? What's going on?"
Yeah, it's just the sign thing. I just never got into that, and I don't even like speaking about that.
Okay. I understand.
Like I'm almost certain
a
he
lot
would
of
have made a
guys are like
skit
that,
about
so I
this
don't
on his
question
channel.
that.
All good.
All right. So prior to her asking about signs, you did have your balloon unpopped. Why so?
I kind of wanted to hear her out. The profession thing did kind of take me through a little loop, but I was still open. Yeah. So
And to my first point, with guys, you might hear something you don't like, but if she's pretty enough, you might sit around and think about it. Okay, I don't think I like the profession, but let me hear her out. So there's just, okay, I know us. Let's just, I understand this. Let's keep it going.
she's thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. So
I was gonna say peanut butter. I like that.
so
Drop a like down in the comment box below. Oh, sorry. Drop a like down onto the channel because we definitely understand that I already called this right in the beginning before any of this started. Anyways, let's keep going.
so I was like, no, we can. I just want to hear what she had to say.
Got it. Now, is Ryan
I
someone
get
that's
it.
your type?
No, because you're just a smidgen too light skinned for me. I know I'm light skinned as well.
I would have popped right there too. Let me tell you why. Okay. Discrimination against us light skinned brothers. Okay. I absolutely would have popped after hearing that if I was on the side. So you know what? Solidarity, my fellow light skinned brother. Okay. Do not take the slander. No, no, I'm playing. It's fine. Preferences are preferences, right? Everyone has it. I just find it a little funny here that she herself is on the light skinned side and just threw shade at this guy for being on the light skinned side. And that's where I would say, in the same way how guys might overlook certain things if other things are in place, it's my view that she probably has a certain archetype that she's interested in. And he doesn't necessarily match that in addition to being light skinned. I think if he was, because I mean, look, this guy right here is lighter than, sorry, he's darker than this guy, but I guess it depends. I guess it depends where you categorize him. But he's taller is what I'm going to say. And so I think for her, as she mentioned earlier, that she likes people to be bigger than her. Sometimes that goes with like, you know, dude is really big, a lot of muscle on him. Sometimes it just means he's tall. Right. And so I think if this guy, all things being equal, is a little bit taller, she probably wouldn't have said that. But again, that's a guess. Random pun in here on YouTube for your entertainment. Let's keep going.
But
Oh shit.
I like him a little bit brown to dark skin.
Okay, that makes sense because that's where he
All right, cool.
kind of
Thank
is.
you.
All
Let's
right,
go over
never mind.
here.
Let's
Why
keep going.
gender popping?
Man, I think I'm light skinned. I don't know. Like, you feel
You're not
me?
as light as him.
See that?
Light?
See that? He's light skinned at heart. See how I do y'all see this? Do y'all see how I got it without even getting it? Do you see that he's light skinned at heart? So he felt offended, and he wanted to stand in solidarity with his fellow light skinned brother over here. So okay, let's keep it going.
You should have gave yourself a chance.
Hey, I mean, look, I didn't know. You should have been clear on me. You know? But it's all good.
Well,
though.
I did say
You know you could
brown
just pick
to
the balloon
light
back up,
skin.
right?
To me, you are kind of like on the cusp of light.
Yeah.
But you are, to me, you have a little bit more melanin.
Okay, for
you know.
sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
So
But you want that balloon back or something?
right.
Like you could just pick it up if you're
Why you bite
interested.
your
All
lip like that?
Yeah. Go ahead, get that balloon back.
right.
Get that balloon back.
I'm talking about.
right, see, this is what I was saying because sometimes I felt like when I would watch this, I would see people like, oh, well, I was interested and, I popped the balloon and then you cleared it up and that was fine. And I'm just like, okay, pick it back up then. It's not that serious. They'll get you another one. They'll reinflate it and you can sit there. And I think this is the first time I've seen someone just say, okay, go pick it up. Because I mean, again, I haven't watched all of these, but I think a lot of the times it's like a girl or someone sitting there. She's just like, well, no, I popped already. I got to go forward. I can't go backward. Whatever they might say. So yeah, let's keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll be back for you then. He ended up popping as well. What's
Yeah,
going
we'll
on?
be back for
Same
you.
thing, you know, I'm light skinned, as everybody can see. She said brown skin to dark skin
Maybe I should have specified like light bright, right?
type shit. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
There's nothing wrong with light brights at all. Like all
Yeah.
complexions are beautiful. It's just a preference.
Yeah, no,
And that's fair. But the funny thing is that she's almost the same skin as Ryan here. So kind of funny. Let's keep going.
I feel you.
But you're damn near the same color.
Shit, I've been light skinned my whole life. I'm only dark as we in Arizona right now.
Okay. All right. So you want him to get? Or I don't know.
I mean, it's up to him.
It's up to you. You want that balloon back or no?
Shit. I think I'm gonna just pass. I just want to see what else is out there.
No, no problem. No problem. All right. So
And that's fair. So I think what we just saw here was a classic case of, hey, by the way, I realize I'm not that interested, but I just need a good reason to pop. And he just said what was really on his mind. I really want to see what else is out there. So, because again, if he was interested and he felt a little way about it, he would have just picked the balloon back up. And maybe, to be fair, this guy's on that cusp too, because I will tell you this. I don't even think that still would be something offended enough, like to be offended enough to be like, I'm going to cancel. Pop the balloon. So I'm thinking he really just did it because he was thinking about it. Anyway, and picked it back up. This guy's just straight up said, I want to see what else is out there. Again, which is fair. So let's keep going.
is he someone that is your type?
I love the way you're dressed.
You said it.
Very handsome. I probably wouldn't, in the real world, entertain.
Type shit.
Okay. So prior to her saying the whole light skin thing, why'd you have your balloon unpopped?
Oh, she cold.
Okay.
Yeah, my voice gone. Yeah, no, she cold.
Thank you.
Just thick as hell, yeah.
All right. I mean, yeah.
And we did
And
get a pop
is.
down here. All right. Your name and age?
How you doing? My name is Nati. I'm 25.
And not
What is his name?
Nati.
Nazi. Okay. Sorry. Thought his name was Nazi. I was going to be like, why would your parents play such a terrible prank on you, man? Okay. All right. Let's keep it going. Dang. All right.
Nati.
Nazi?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like Ethiopian name.
Okay.
Okay. You see, she probably thought the same. It was just like really quick. And you were just like, well, why would, okay, let's keep going.
What do you do?
I'm a project engineer for a general contractor full time, and then do a little freelance estimating on the side.
Okay.
Ooh, so why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Well, first, I'm an Aries. But yeah, when people ask me about my sign, I feel like they're making a lot of assumptions about the sign. To be honest, I don't believe in that at all.
Yeah.
I feel him on this because like I think there's a point in my life where I was just like, it's fun. I could if someone brings it up, you can kind of entertain it. But then I also just feel like it's kind of off, right? Because you're basically making a lot of assumptions about somebody based on the time they were born. It has nothing to do with how they grew up and anything about them realistically. And things are just broad enough to fit people into certain buckets, right? Like, oh, I heard whatever sign is a little toxic sometimes, or I heard this and that. And it's just like, in reality, everybody can have some of these traits within them, right? And if you just like highlight and shine a light on something specific and you ask someone to introspect and think about it, hey, are you like this sometimes in some way, shape, or form? And they're like, oh, well, you know what? Sometimes I am like that. And it's like, you see, the signs have something and they're telling us something. And I'm just like, well, sometimes it's general enough to apply to a lot of people. And I think if you really want to get to know somebody, you get to know them. You can't make too much assumptions based on the signs. Again, not saying she did that, but she did ask it. And so whether or not she's saying it was that important or she was just wanted to know and she wasn't going to eliminate based off of the sign, I feel when given the opportunity to ask a question to the guys, she asked, do you have kids? Which is clearly important to her. And then the second thing she asked is, what's your sign? So you got to keep these things in mind sometimes, because though she said that, and maybe she just had nothing else to say, right? Which, to be fair, it sounds like it could be a little bit more important to her. But again, we'll see.
But you cool though, you're pretty, and
Thank you.
I think we'd be good friends. But yeah, that's.
I think so too. And honestly, let me just elaborate
Did they just friend zone each other? That is wild. All right, let's keep.
on like the zodiac question. Like, I would never cancel somebody because of their zodiac sign. Like, that's dumb. But like, I do. Like, I'm a Virgo, so like a lot of the things that they say about Virgos is very true for me personally. So like, I just like, it gives me kind of like a little insight of what your personality could look like. But obviously, I would give you the chance to like, indulge me in who you really are.
That's cool.
Okay, so in a way, she's kind of doing. She like that kind of goes to my point I made earlier before she even got here. She is actually. She's saying, I'm not gonna eliminate you based on your sign, but I'm going to learn a lot about you based on that sign. And that's going to tell me whether or not we're compatible. It's not going to be the end all be all, but it's going to do a big job in informing my decision. So, which I think is all personally, but again, I at least appreciate the honesty.
Okay, thank you. Let's head on back. Okay, so we do have 2 guys left. I'm gonna go ahead and see if you guys have any questions for her. You do? Okay, let's start here.
What is submission to you?
Submission.
What does being a
ooh.
submissive woman?
Submissive is like allowing my man to lead. So like, let's say we want to buy a house or something, and I want to live in one area, but you tell me that you want to live in this area for this, that, and this reason. I'm gonna listen to you, and if I feel like, okay, my man has proved to me that he can lead, I think he knows what he's talking about. If we move here, it might not be the best idea, so I'm gonna go with what my man says.
What do you mean prove to you?
Just like letting me know that you have like, you know what you're doing, basically. Just like financially, spiritually, mentally, with your goals. If you say that you have goals and you haven't achieved any of them, then why would I let you lead anything that has to do?
I feel for a lot of people, this is always going to be the back and forth, especially for people who have a view of like more traditional style relationships, right? Where in this case, it sounds like what she's trying to get at is I don't mind submitting to my partner so long as my partner has actually shown me the ability to be a leader. And she's basically saying, if I don't feel confident enough in you to be a leader, I'm not following you. Which I guess is fair, but it's also like, if that's how you feel about the partner, then I don't know why. Part of me sometimes thinks if that's how you feel about them, then maybe that's not the partner for you, or maybe communicate. I don't know. I don't know, because I'm thinking if you communicate these things in a certain way, it might still be the death nails of that relationship. Because if you are saying these are problems for me and why I don't like you, then it's kind of like, all right, well then, you could go, right? But then inversely, I can see the cases, and maybe this is probably where, depending upon how she finishes this segment here, he either pops or doesn't pop. Some guys are going to say, well, regardless, you're supposed to just kind of take my lead, right? And if I have my faults, then you're supposed to be my partner and aid me and guide me and help me get better as a leader. But not necessarily decide that right in the beginning, hey, I'm not listening to you until you get to 100%. And he's probably thinking, I need a companion who helps me get there. So that's my best attempt at trying to explain some of these dynamics sometimes people kind of get into. It's the yin and yang of this type of dynamic. So, all right, let's keep it going.
With me. So just proving it that way.
Good. Okay. Any questions here?
What city you stay? I mean,
He didn't have no follow-ups. I'm actually surprised by that, but let's keep going.
where you stay? Like,
I stay in Phoenix.
you stay in Phoenix?
Yes, sir.
I stay in Cali, so I don't know.
Ooh.
How you feel?
Long distance.
Long distance?
I don't know about that one.
I mean, realistically, she's right. All right, like, long distance relationships doesn't work. I'm sorry, unless you have the finances to come out and see that person often, like every weekend. I don't see how a long distance relationship works. Like, and then even then, if you're coming out every weekend, or like, as much as you possibly can, and that can't be like once a month, then I think realistically, okay, let's say this: if it is once a month, then that has to really be a good prospect. And then with that in mind, there has to be discussions about actually eventually moving in with each other, or somebody moving, right? Because otherwise it is just destined to fail. I don't see any way where these type of long distance situations make sense for the average person. So yeah, I mean, I think that's a perfectly fine pop.
So long distance is a no for you.
No, I can't do that.
Okay, so you did have him get his balloon.
Long
back.
distance is a no for most people, I think.
He's handsome. Yeah, I would entertain him.
Oh, entertain me. Hold on.
I would.
Hold on.
Did I say something bad?
You say entertain.
Yeah.
What you
Entertain the idea of getting to know you,
mean? Okay.
just like you would do that for me, right?
I feel you. Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Let's go back this way. Why did we end up popping?
The judge, I had to think about what she was saying about the submission. So before,
All right. You see what I'm saying? I thought he would have had some follow-ups. And this guy just had a major delayed reaction. She's like over here talking to the other guy about something else. And just like, you know, this guy must be running on AOL speed. He just kind of like processed it in slow time and was like, oh yeah, by the way, I don't like that thing you said. But I would have thought he would have had something to say on that. So let's see if what he was saying is along the lines of how I summarized it or what I'm feeling. But let's give him the chance to speak for himself.
I got famous before I had anything. I had my ex of 3 years. I was trying to marry and stuff like that, but she didn't believe in the hustle. She didn't believe in what I was doing and stuff like that. I didn't have the results, you know what I'm saying, with that. And she didn't believe in what was happening. And I told her what exactly was going to happen to where I am today and stuff like that. It's like, okay, I can't entrust that. Oh, I might not have it in 5 years. I might have it in 2 years. It might happen in 6 years. You feel me? But like you thinking that, oh, you don't have the results yet. You know, a lot of people don't have results yet. You feel me? Type shit. It don't come overnight. It don't come over in a year. Don't come over in 3. You got to stick and ride. If you ain't, and if you're not finna do that,
Yeah, you see, so more or less what I was saying. I mean, it's basically the idea that he's saying I'm not going to view you as a leader unless you have the accomplishments of a accomplished leader, right? Unless you have the accolades to show for it. But in reality, no one starts like that, right? Like we have to get there. A baby isn't born being a great leader, right? It's not, they're not born with accolades or things to show for it. At some point, they have to work on it. They have to grind, get smarter, wiser. They have to fail. And then eventually they gain those successes. And so in doing that, sometimes you're looking for a partner who could kind of see your potential in you, accompany you, nurture you, and help you get there. And that's why when you get there and you're with them and they were with you from the beginning, you appreciate them a lot more versus someone who's just like, well, you ain't got none of that right now, so why am I even following you? I think for a lot of guys, this is kind of where you could look at a situation and you could feel a way about it. So yeah, shout out to my wife because we've been together when I ain't have nothing. We both started out that way, of course, but yeah, there's having someone who actually sees that potential in you early and therefore trust you is something to truly appreciate. So if someone's kind of communicating or miscommunicating it the wrong way, and they're basically saying, hey, I am not sure I would even be down if you're not put together. A lot of people aren't going to like that. Well, sorry, a lot of guys aren't going to like that. But inversely, it's a balance. Because if you really have nothing going on for you and you can't even show the potential for it, I don't know if I would advise any of the women in my life to necessarily take that person on as a partner. So it's a gray area, and it's, again, not so clear. But anyways, let's keep it going.
Eat it, right?
Yeah.
No, I felt that.
Cool. All right, well, Nucci, that is all the balloons popped, but we do thank you so much for coming on. Let's go ahead and give it up for her, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, let's go ahead and bring out our next single lady. Oh, hello, welcome in.
It's like a
What's your
quiet,
name?
awkward pause there for a
Tosh.
second.
Tosh, how old are you?
I'm 25.
And what do you do?
I'm a registered nurse.
Okay, very nice. What are some things you like to do for fun?
I love to travel. I really love Pilates. I love trying like yoga classes, working out, spending time with friends and family.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Now, what are some things you look for in a man?
First you have to have a relationship with God. You have to be family oriented. You have to have great communication skills. You have to be romantic.
Okay.
Right there, he's already starting to shake his head
And
on
now,
some
what are some of
things.
your deal breakers?
You don't have a relationship with God. The kids, it depends. It depends. Yeah.
I don't remember if he
you're not
said he had kids or not.
romantic, You can't communicate, so yeah.
Okay, all right. So we did get a pop balloon.
Okay.
It's gone down over there, see what's going on.
I always find that funny, by the way, is where she asked some certain people, hey, what are the things you're looking for? And then she says, what are your deal breakers? And they're just like the opposite of what I'm looking for. And it's funny because I guess some people would have, I guess the reason why it's an important question is because a lot of people don't necessarily think that way. They don't think these are the things I'm looking for and this is the opposite. Because a lot of the times when you say what you're looking for, you're giving your ideal. And then there are things between the ideal and what is acceptable that there's a range there, right? Between what is ideal and what is acceptable. So it's not always, the thing I said, but the opposite. It's like, oh, well, if you do this specific things, then it's done. But if you don't hit these ideals, it's not over for you yet, because those are my preferences, not my deal breakers. So I always find that funny. All right, let's keep going.
All right, your name and age.
How you doing? My name is Nati. I'm 25 years old.
Nati, why did you end up popping your balloon?
First off, you're very pretty, and all my family's in healthcare too, so I like that you're a registered nurse. That's very cool. Right now in my life, I'm not really I wouldn't identify as a Christian or anything religious. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. But I mean, you're cool though. I like you.
Okay, thank you.
Now is Nati.
All right, so he didn't pop because of something he didn't like. He popped largely out of incompatibility, right? If that's something that's very important to her and that's just not something that you personally are identifying with at the moment, it doesn't necessarily make sense to find yourself pushing forward at that point. And I get it. So shout out to him.
See someone that's your type?
I would say he's very handsome. So yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. We do still have quite a few balloons left unpopped. Okay, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to hand you a pick, and I'm going to have you pop 2 balloons based off of what you're seeing so far, who may not really be your type, outfit, whatever it is. I'm going to go ahead and hand that over to you.
Okay.
And go ahead and pop those 2. Okay, and one more. Okay, let's start over here since we're here. Name and age.
Dante, 24.
I wonder. I actually wonder what her reason's gonna be, because I know in the beginning I profiled this dude hard and said he must be a stripper, and he's not a stripper, but he is in the adult entertainment industry, so I'm close enough, right? And I wonder if once she mentioned, has a close relationship with God, and she just looked at him and she's kind of making some of the same assumptions based off purely how he dressed, because at this point she don't know anything about him. So she just went over there and picked and decided to pop the balloon. So I'm curious if she is getting that vibe and so decided to pop the balloon, or there's another reason. So let's see.
5.
And Dante, why did you have your balloon unpopped?
You're melanated. Bro, chocolate woman. Hey, haven't seen no one like that in Arizona in a long time. So, hey, looks smooth, you feel me?
Got it. So why did you end up popping his balloon?
You just seem very flashy, like the teeth,
Word.
the piercing. Yeah, it's very flashy. I don't like flashy men.
This
Okay.
is actually subtle
All
today,
right.
too.
Different reasons.
Oh, yeah, this was subtle. Ooh.
So that means you are flashy then.
Oh, well, I got everything I got. You know what I'm saying? Right, you know what I'm saying? If you see my garage, if you probably going to call me flashy. So, like, cool. Like, it is what it is.
Okay, all right. And then we did pop one more. Let's head down over here.
All right, so I was dead wrong on that
Okay,
one. My
your
bad,
name and
guys.
age.
John, I'm 31.
And John, why did you have your balloon unpopped?
I mean, she fine, you feel me? I love a chocolate woman, so I see you blushing, but yeah, that's why I had my balloon unpopped.
Okay, got it. And now why did you end up popping his?
I don't really like dreads. That's why.
All
I
right.
like
Preferences.
cut, nice cut. But yeah, that's the only reason.
Thought she was gonna be with the
Sorry.
Jamaican type look. You feel me? Just got the safari going. You feel me? But I mean, I feel you. I feel you.
Okay, thank you. Oh, all right. Name and age.
Chris, 27.
Okay, Chris, why did you end up popping your balloon?
Because she don't like dreads. And
Yeah,
I used to
I was
have
gonna-
dreads. And when the summer up, I'm going to put them back in. So she going to hate me.
I didn't think he was gonna say that he's gonna put dreads back in. I thought he was gonna say, "Oh, I have braids," and I feel like they're closely related or something like that. I thought he was gonna say something like that, but I mean, more or less the same. So I get it.
I mean, I like them pulled back. Yours look nice. But
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But you very pretty, though.
Thank
for
you.
real, for real.
Thank you.
And now is he someone that's your type?
I don't know. I have to learn more about him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That means she's good.
Right. We'll let her slide with that.
Or look, maybe she's
All right.
just not
So
sure.
we do have 4 balloons left unpopped. Go ahead and ask these guys a question. Help you narrow it down.
Okay. So, what do you guys like to do for fun?
Okay. Let's start here with your name and age.
My name's Ryan. I'm 26.
Ryan, what do you like to do for fun?
I like to stay active, so I like going on hikes. I like going to museums. I think I'm very much a morning person, so less about nightlife activities and more about anything we can do early in the day. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Good.
Yep.
Okay. Name and age.
My name Justin, and my age is 26.
Okay. And now, Justin, what do you like to do for fun?
I like to go skating, you know, like roller skating and everything. You know, I'm real active. And, you know, I love to play basketball too, you know, so that's what I love to do, you know. And I love to eat different food places and everything too. So, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let's go on over here. Your name and age.
I'm Trey, 25 years old.
Trey, what do you like to do for fun?
I love friends and family. I'm a very big family-oriented person, whether it's chosen family or biological family. I spend a lot of times with my pastors, my friends. I have some friends that live in other states, so I'll get on the game with them from time to time, but that's really it. I'm a really relaxed person, but I love adventure. Like, I'm in a part of my life where I'm doing stuff that I enjoy. Like, I just went skydiving. I'm doing this. I'm putting myself out there trying to do stuff that I enjoy, learn more about myself.
Okay.
Name and age.
Key, 28.
Okay. Key, what do you like to do for fun?
So for fun, I like to, I'm a laid back guy, real chill, simple. Just hang out with friends, catch a sports game here and there. You know, take a walk in the park, something, you know, catch a movie. I'm low maintenance. I don't really do too much, so
Okay.
yeah, that's really it.
All right.
That's fine what he just said, but I feel like sometimes I feel like if she is not just generally interested in him right now, she will turn back around and be like, I don't think you gave me that much. You just said you like walks in the park and you didn't give me much else. Again, if she's interested, that won't be a thing. But if she isn't, that will be the thing she'll probably hedge on to disqualify him. I've seen enough of these to realize that people look to grasp at things to hide the real reasons why you're getting eliminated, which is they just not feeling you like that for whatever reason it might be. Anyways, let's keep going.
Okay, so based off of all this information you heard, I'm gonna have you pop one balloon.
Can I ask one more question?
Next round.
I should have probably tried to guess who I think she's gonna pop.
All right, why do we end up popping his?
I
Yeah,
just
I had
like
a
the rest
feeling
of their
you were gonna
answers better. I mean, nothing you said is wrong. Like, I like to work out too and do the same things, but I just like their answers better.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, Ryan, why did you have your balloon unpopped for her?
I mean, she seems really mature, and I know you said you're a nurse, right?
Yes.
That's a hard thing to get into and takes a lot of discipline and like, so just great person, like all around, like 360.
Thank you.
All right. And we do have two guys left. Oh, three. He was hiding his balloon. We do have three guys left. Go ahead and ask them another question.
Where do you guys see yourself in 5 years?
Okay.
Hit him with the interview question.
Investments, real estate, you know, get into that, you know, and honestly, I want to do some traveling too. I want to do a little traveling and everything. So, yeah, that's the main thing right there in progressing in business, you know. So, that's what I like.
Okay, let's go on over here. All right. And what was your question again?
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see myself building. I think
Part of me feels like she would maybe either pick this guy or this one if she doesn't pop their balloon and walk away. That's just my general gist, but we'll see. Actually, I got to see the third guy one more time.
5 years, it's good to have an idea of what you want to do. I'd like to be have a higher paying job, have a home instead of just an apartment. I'd like to be building with my family. But I think the best thing about looking forward is like having just like a purpose and a knack to go forward. Like if you asked me 5 years ago where I saw myself in 5 years, I wouldn't say here. I'm so much farther than I was in a different area, like in a different direction. And so I just see myself moving forward.
Okay.
Okay, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In the next 5 years, hopefully, you know, plan to keep growing my business, be a homeowner, marry, at least have, you know, maybe one kid by then. Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna pop. It's nothing against you. I mean, you're a beautiful girl. It's just you seem very like, you know, soft-spoken, real chill, laid back. I am too. So I need someone to kind of like on the opposite spectrum of that. You know.
Okay.
That's really it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That's actually surprising. I guess this kind of just goes to show why everyone's different and why people have different things they're looking for. I would have felt like the way he described himself as someone low maintenance and he is chilling for the most part. And I felt like he would have wanted someone to kind of match that energy as to not necessarily push him out of what makes him chill. Right. And so I'm surprised where he said, hey, you know, I'm soft spoken and this and that. And I'm just looking for someone who's the opposite. But But I guess also that makes sense, right? He's looking for someone to kind of balance him in that regard. So interesting.
I am.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's it. But yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
All
Okay.
right.
But she was.
Okay, she might have actually been interested in him more than the other two, now that I think about it. So I'm curious now with him popping if she's actually interested in the other two guys left. We'll see.
Someone that is your type.
Yeah, she's very pretty. You know, I'd definitely approach her if I seen her out.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, is he someone that's your type?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Trying to play it cool. I get it.
So we've got our two guys
Y'all
left.
play cool.
Guys, any questions for our girl? You got one?
What's your love language?
I would say my love language is words of affirmation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
No,
get it.
acts of service. Let me change that. Acts of service. That's
Acts
my
of
love
service.
language. Yes.
Okay. For
Yes.
sure.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
What? Let's switch it to him. What's yours?
Yeah. See, I'm a real affectionate man. You feel me? So I'm big on like I don't know where that goes into like affection. What? Physical. Yeah. Physical touch because you know it's actually reason because like I got two loving parents at home. You feel me? Mom and dad. That's just what I'm used to seeing. You know they got a good relationship with each other. So you know that's why I picked up on it. You know. So that's
I give him credit. I feel like he's the kind of guy who is he's trying to take it a level deeper, but there's still a slight discomfort sometimes in expressing himself when you think about like some guys have this issue, right? It's like we're trying to play it cool and we're trying to push it to the next level, but we're also balancing still looking cool. Right? So like his mannerisms of like, oh, you know, you feel me, and kind of the way he's standing there, he's trying to go a level deeper without losing the frame of like, but I'm still a cool guy, right? And I don't know. I think the more you just talk with people, the more you get familiar and comfortable in your own skin, and the less you feel the need to even put up the facade. But again, I have not been dating for years as a married man for a very long time. So maybe so within that, there's a comfort I have as to not have to impress anyone besides my wife for the most part. And there's no pressure in feeling that you have to play this game because you're done playing the game. Right. So, all right. Went off on a tangent there. Let's keep going.
that's what I like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions down here?
Am I answering her question or?
No, you have a question for her.
Oh, what's your purpose in life? Do you know what you're here to do? Not just
Damn,
being
big
RN,
questions.
but what are you here to do?
I definitely believe I'm here to help people in some way. That's why I became a nurse. But I also have an upcoming business. I invent children's toys, so dolls. Growing up, I never really seen
Interesting.
many dolls that look like me. So I've started a business in which I'm creating dolls that look like me. So yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That's actually pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Okay. All right. It is time to pop. Out of these two guys left, whose balloon are we popping? All right. Where do we end up popping his?
He won me over with that, how he was raised in a household with two parents, and he just grew up seeing like love, and that's really important to me too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's why. But you're very handsome.
Thank you.
Wait,
and I'm
what?
sure any woman will be lucky to have you. But yep, that's the
Did I just miss it? She said, "Why did you pop?" And she said, "These are the reasons why you're cool." Those are the same reasons he gave, by the way. But she didn't say why she eliminated him, which is again that whole thing, right? Not confrontational, trying to be nice. Doesn't necessarily want to find themselves in a position where they're, you know, outwardly offending someone for no reason. So it's trying to let him down easy. I get it. But she didn't say why she eliminated him. She said one of the things she liked about him, which happened to be one of the things he has as well. So I wonder if they call that out or just let it slide because it doesn't matter now.
Okay. So why did you have your balloon unpopped for her?
She hit the necessities and she qualifies for the preferences. You're gorgeous, which is a necessity for me. You love God, which is number 2 on that list. You're open and honest and transparent, and that's phenomenal. And you have family values, so that's fantastic. So look, I was ready.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Let me
Shout out
bring
to
you
him for the
on up.
honesty.
Bring you on up.
Put it
Come
together
on
well.
up. All right, guys. Any final questions?
Nope. I don't have any more
You
questions.
ain't got no questions?
Nope.
me see. I ain't got no questions over here. Go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
all right. So is it a yes for you for her?
It's a yes.
And is it a yes for you for him? We got a match. Let me take this mic. You guys can go on off.
He's like, I don't know. Can you just take the balloon from me? Because like I
Make some
can't
noise
risk
for
this
them,
being popped right
y'all.
now. Well, look, shout out to them. I think I haven't done too much of these, but in all the ones I've done, I don't even think I've seen one match. So and I'm not saying that doesn't happen. I'm saying I haven't done enough of these. So so shout out to them. Shout out to them. First match I think I've done in a live stream and actually seen it. So okay.
All right, let's go ahead and bring out our next single lady. Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
I'm Simone.
Simone, how old are you?
I'm 24.
And what do you do?
I am a full-time content creator, lifestyle and beauty content, and then I'm currently in my master's program at Pepperdine for clinical psychology.
Very cool. What are some things you like to do for fun?
So I am a poetess, I'm a writer, podcast host. I just love everything creative, arts, everything like that.
Cool. What are some things you look for in a man?
I like a man with a higher education level, wisdom.
I'm curious. Maybe I'd have to bring it back to see. I'm curious as to, she mentioned beauty and health and beauty content on YouTube or something like that. I am curious how far along she is for that, but because there are other content creators here. So like this guy has a huge YouTube channel. And I'm wondering if some of these people know her when they see her. I doubt it because there are like YouTube is so big that there's different there's different sides of the world, right? And things that you'd be aware of, people that you'd be aware of, depending upon what your interests are. So I guess my first thought was, do they know her? And if they do, are they gaining, like, does that give them some additional insights as to whether or not they are actually interested? Or more likely than not, they probably don't know anything about the content because they're not checking out health and beauty content for women, right? So that's just realistically what it is. So, all right, let's keep going.
Communication, understands emotional regulation. That's it right there. That's vital.
Okay, got it. Put your mic up. There you go.
Thank you.
And now, what are some deal breakers?
The opposite.
I would say lack of just not being able to fully feel and communicate. I think that's a disruption. A man that gets weary about being out with me and understanding that I get attention and that I get looks, and I don't want no man being angry at me about that. Because
same thing as I mentioned earlier, the attention is going to be a thing that happens. And look, guys, you would have to be securing yourself enough if you have an attractive woman by your side. She will get looks. Absolutely. So don't be surprised and chill, right? She's with you. But on top of that, how she necessarily responds to that, I think is also important. So two sides to it. Let's keep going.
it's he's gonna be my man. We look good together type of shit, you know?
Okay.
And then somebody who's just stupid. Sorry, I just can't do that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, I just can't.
She's honest.
Your preference.
But that's fine. It's okay. We'll do that. Yeah.
All right. So we don't have any pop balloon.
And actually, you know what's so funny about that? This is just a side thought. I'm going to take it on a quick tangent. It's so funny. She said she don't want no one stupid, right? And there's a couple of things there. She mentioned she's getting her master's. So for people who are actively getting their education, they can appreciate someone else who's kind of is going through that. And again, just because you have a degree doesn't necessarily mean you're smart in all areas, but it does show that you're going to further your education, right? And in that, you do pick up a lot of extra skills. Whether or not you use them for your particular field, there are extra skills. Those papers they force you to write, those speeches they force you to give, the think pieces they ask for. A lot of the time these things kind of develop you. And so for someone who is getting their master's, of course she would appreciate somebody who is also educated, I think. It's just funny because I was thinking about it. I just remember if you go like further back in time when people are younger in high school and things like that, the people who are the smartest are not necessarily seen as the most desirable at that point. Because everyone is kind of just getting started. And so the things that generally make people attracted are not all person smart. Like, I'm not saying people are necessarily attracted to dummies, but I'm saying being a dummy didn't stop you, right? But as you go further and further in life, if someone's truly a dummy and you could just like instantly read it, people are just like, oh no, I think I'm gonna not. And I think that goes both men and women. If you for a lot of guys, if you were to find a girl who was wildly attractive, but she is a straight like she's just a dummy. I was trying to find the right word for it. You would definitely take her down a couple of pegs in your mind. You'd be like, oh, I don't know if I want to make this my wife because she's stupid, right? So it's just funny. It's just funny to kind of make that. It's funny to see how people change over life. That's just the one thing I wanted to mention. All right, let's keep going.
So,
okay.
What's going to happen is I'm actually switching on over to you.
Oh,
I'm going to give you a pick, and I'm going to have you pop 2 balloons based off of what you're seeing so far. Whoever may not really be your type, whatever it is. So let me give you that, and go ahead and pop those 2.
Okay.
Okay, one more.
Damn, yo.
Okay, let's start right.
I feel bad for this guy. This guy ain't been getting no love all day, but he's trying. He's trying. I just so far it ain't working out for him. Let's see what she says.
On over here. If we can have your name and age.
My name is Ryan. I'm 26.
Okay. And Ryan, why did you have your balloon unpopped?
I just wanted to hear her talk more and hear her out. Okay. Yeah, it was like too soon to decide.
Got it. Okay, but she's someone that's physically your type?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Got it. And now, why did we end up popping his?
Well, unfortunately, I wish that I could hear you speak because I feel like you have a great vocabulary and great grammar and can carry yourself well. But from the looks of it, in reality, I just don't do light skins.
Oh, okay.
The light skin slander once again. You know what? I wish he knew that's how she felt, so he could pop first. Just gonna stand in solidarity with my brother here. Okay, let's keep it going.
Tough.
I mean, he can't change that. It's like, I'm not mad at him. I'm not like, you can't do nothing about that, but it's all right. But that's it.
Thank you. And then he did pop one more.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. All right, we're not gonna do this in this video here, but it's funny when people try to bring up things about colorism, and they talk about the struggles, right? A lot of the times, at least how I would hear it, it would be, we'll say mid-brown to darker brown women complaining about light-skinned women getting preferences. But on the guy side, I feel like light-skinned dudes get the most hate, and they kind of get put into the stereotype of being soft and all these other things that come with it. So if we're talking about colorism, and we had to bring it up in any way, I'd say light-skinned dudes get the worst end of the spectrum in terms of public perception, right? They're like every single time, like stop acting light-skinned is actually a phrase, right? It's actually a thing within the Black community, and it's slanderous, and I will not have it. Okay, so all right, let's keep it going. I'm getting off on too many tangents here. Let's keep going.
Down here. Yeah. Your name and age.
My name is John. I'm 31.
Okay. And John, why did you have your balloon unpopped?
I mean, she nice. You feel me? She read my type. You feel me? I like light skinned women, so I'm just trying to see how she what.
Got it. And why
see that? No slander on the guy's side. All right, let's keep going.
We end up popping his.
You didn't make eye contact with me once while I was speaking.
What?
I respect.
And I love a shy, timid man who's gonna let me speak for him because I'll speak for you if you want me to.
I was gonna mention that earlier. The way he's kind of playing with his hands here, it kind of shows that general discomfort, and I get it. Right? You're on camera. You know you're on camera. You're just trying to sit there, but I didn't think someone was gonna call that out like that. And he does seem shy and timid, but that's what's kind of unfortunate because he's probably a nice guy, and I just find it weird that she just was like hawking down everybody to see that. But like I said, people have a lot of weird little things to disqualify people, right? Hey, by the way, I noticed you didn't look at me. Even for the people who did look at me, I noticed you didn't look for more than 5 seconds. So that shows me that you have a lack of confidence. You need to pop that damn balloon, right? Like people have a whole bunch of reasons for why they are disqualifying people. So I get it. It's unfortunate for them, but I get it.
But for you not to make eye contact is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, I respect it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Interesting.
All right, let's head back and let's go ahead and ask these guys a question.
Okay. What do you do for work?
Okay. Name, age. What do you do for work?
Yes, ma'am. My name's Dante. I'm 25. Also a famous YouTuber and adult entertainer, and also do bodybuilding.
Oh, he does do
Adult
bodybuilding.
entertainer, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, let's go on over here.
I'm like, does that mean
Name
she's
and
gonna pop the
age,
balloon,
what do
or
you
she's
do?
just cool with that? All right.
My name is Chris. I'm 27, and I got a couple jobs. I'm a realtor first. Then I work at a community center, and then I work at 2 nonprofits.
Okay, what's the nonprofits about?
It's about helping black people. And then I got another one where I help black girls with my mom.
Okay,
Yeah.
understandable. We appreciate your service.
All right.
guy's
Your
actually
name
kinda
and
funny.
age, and what do you do for work?
I'm Trey, 25. I'm a development project manager at a tech company.
Okay, Trey. Okay.
Name, age, and what do you do?
How you doing? I'm Nati. I'm 25. And I'm a project engineer for a general contractor. It's my full-time gig, but I also do a little freelance estimating on the side.
And what's your freelance?
Estimating stuff.
Oh,
for, like,
estimating. Oh, okay.
specialty contractors. And
Oh, so you good with numbers and shit? You know your math? Okay, that's good. I don't know shit about math.
Name, age, and what do you do?
So wait,
I'm Key, 28.
that pop was probably just like, oh, there's something about her personality that I don't like, or something like that. Like she's kind of jokey. There's almost I'm kind of reaching here just a little bit, but there's almost a Cardi B energy to her. Where just like like I don't know, I'm not gonna be able to properly do it, but it's something I'm starting to feel, and that you either love that or you don't, and so we'll see. Whoever popped it, they're gonna say why they popped it in that moment, but that's kind of what I'm feeling, unless it was something that she said and I just missed it. But okay, we'll keep going.
And I own a trucking business.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's it.
All right. He said that's it. That's good, though. You're a business owner. What are you talking
We
about?
got to pop right here. Why do we end up popping?
The vernacular, I'm not too big on cussing in these spaces.
Yeah,
so,
that's not going to, we ain't going to work with that.
yeah, I understand.
That's okay. That's good. Shit works out. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
I apologize.
Stuff works out.
It's okay.
So is he someone
Okay,
that's your type?
all right.
No.
He just didn't like the.
Okay, why
yeah,
not?
He didn't like the cursing.
Okay. No, it's just like, no, I love the outfit. It's cute. Honestly, for me, it's just like the physical appearance. That was it. Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so based off of those responses you've heard, we did get a pop, so I'm gonna have you just pop just one.
I'm actually interested because I see this guy, right? And he says he's an adult entertainer. And then it makes me think, like, I'm not sure. So for the people who are cool with it, I'm not sure where they sit in terms of what they're looking for, right? And she hasn't said anything yet, and maybe she'll say it in a little bit. But it's interesting because in my mind, if she is looking for a whole family, and this is the point that she's at in her life right now, I would think more likely than not, she would not be okay with this profession. But if she's looking for fun, then things change, right? So it's interesting. Personally, I'm getting the vibe from her that I think she said she's 25 and going for a master's right now. She's probably still in the, I can have fun for a little while longer and I don't necessarily care. But that's just me. We'll see.
All right, so why do we end up popping his?
I love the work ethic. I love you sound smart. You're just physically, again, it's just not the vibe.
Okay, is there something specific?
Just the height. That's it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
So you did have your balloon unpopped for her. Why so?
Yeah, she's very pretty. I like the tattoos too. I was noticing those. That's pretty cool. But
you.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I am realizing the tattoos. Can I take that back? Can you put more air in his balloon?
That is wild. Wild. To make the joke and say, put the air back in his balloon and be like, nah, never mind. I popped it and I meant that. I'm just like, it's funny, but like, I feel this right here. Like if I had, you know what I need to do? I need to start getting, for these live streams, I need to start getting sound effects because right there, I felt like this is a hello darkness, my old friend kind of moment. And I would just zoom in on dude's face right now after that just happened. Because I'm like, oh man, like you just getting laughed at after she just popped your balloon and you was interested. That is tragic. Okay. But let's keep going. Oh man.
Thank you. Okay, so we do have 3 balloons left unpopped. Go ahead and ask these guys another question.
Okay, what is your perspective in regards to gender roles and the expectations of a woman in your relationship, as in traditional household. How do you want your woman to be?
This is interesting because now this goes back to the question that this guy asked that the first girl about what does she think it means to submit to a partner, right? And so he's going to talk about his views, and we'll see if she's in alignment with that or she has a problem with it. Let's find out.
Comes to.
All right, that's a perfect question. All right, yeehaw. All right, so naturally, I'm from Michigan. Originally, my parents both grew up together and stuff like that. You feel me? Married, raised me and stuff like that. I have my morals, my tradition, myself. I want to have a family. I want to move back to the country and stuff like that. Have acreage, a lake, et cetera, et cetera. That's what I'm building towards right now. But for my woman, she has to be willing to let me lead and follow with suit type shit. You feel me? I want her to be able to have her own hustle. You feel me? Do whatever she wants to do and stuff like that. I want her to have her own dreams, aspirations too. But obviously, I'm going to be the man of the household and stuff like that. You feel me? So I got to be able to make the priority. You feel me and shit? But I want you to still be able to ride by my side.
Are you prepared to do that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've tried to do it before a few times, and a lot of women are not emotionally capable and also communicative.
Was this before or after the adult entertainment?
No, this is during as well, and before. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good answer. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So just from her response on that, and then she said, "Are you ready to do that?" I think it kind of goes back to that earlier part where there's a dynamic, right? It's like some people are thinking, well, from the women's side, she says, "Listen, I'm not going to follow the lead of a person who doesn't know how to lead, who has nothing going on in their life," right? But then from the guy's side, they're probably thinking, well, while I'm trying to get where I need to get to, and some of the accolades you might be looking for, I need someone who's going to support me. But again, it's a balance, right? As the man, you have to show you have the qualities of a good leader, even if you're not where you need to be. And as someone and as a partner, and as what a man might be looking for in a partner, you kind of want someone to support that. But from the woman's perspective, they're probably looking for someone who, like, realistically is not going to waste their time, right? And so it gets kind of funny. But I think for her, she's down with it. That's why she asked, "Are you ready to do that?" And he says yes. I think she has no problem, even with the adult entertainment thing. So it's interesting.
Okay, answer to her question.
Can you repeat it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll repeat it.
I don't blame him. I don't even remember what the question was
your
either.
Perspective, and how do you perceive your relationship and your gender roles when it comes to your woman?
Oh yeah.
I feel like in a perfect world, I want the traditional sense. I'll be able to take care of you, but shit happens, and so if I'm down, I need a helping hand. I need you to be there to be able to help me.
Okay, that's understandable.
And our last guy over here, the answer to her question.
Yeah, to answer your question, I'm more so traditional, but I do agree with teamwork, you know what I'm saying? So like if you cooking, I'm washing dishes, you know what I'm saying? If you washing clothes, I'm folding, drying, and whatnot. So, it's just helping each other out. That's it.
All right. Good answer. Good answer.
Okay. All right. You know what time it is? It is time to pop up.
All right, we're gonna see. Part of me feels like she's gonna pick the adult entertainer. That's just kind of where I'm leaning right now. I'm ready to be wrong. And if I am, who do I think she would pick as the second pick? Man, I'm not sure. If I had to pick, it would be
balloon.
I feel like, who's holding the balloon right here? What's happening? I don't know. I for some reason I can't see. Oh, it's this guy. Okay. All right, my bad. If I had to pick a number two, it would probably be this guy. I'm thinking, but we'll see.
Okay.
First guy she pops.
Okay, let's stay right over here.
I should have known better.
Honestly, it was just first off me having to repeat the question.
As I mentioned before, when people aren't interested, they find anything to eliminate you. She probably just wasn't feeling him like that anyway. But the fact that he just said, "Can you repeat the question?" She was like, "Oh, so you don't care." I was looking to eliminate you anyway, but now you gave me the reason. You don't even pay attention, right? So I'm not surprised here. As far as her bringing that back up as a reason, because she probably already had in her mind she was going to disqualify him. So I get it.
Second off, then it was the answer. So I felt like you could have definitely, if you had a better answer, then I could have sidetracked that first part. But I hate repeating myself.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Okay, all right. So why did you have your balloon unpop for her?
Is she cute? She cool.
Okay.
You know, She's smart though. She well put together. You know, she got a lot going on.
All right, so we do have 2 guys left. Guys, any questions for our girl here? Yes, one down there. We'll be back. Come on over. Come on over.
I'm scared.
All right, what's our question?
Yeah, do you have any kids?
I do. I have one, and he's 2 years old.
Okay.
I don't remember if this guy said he has kids, but I could see that, as I mentioned before, as a potential reason why he pops. Because again, as I mentioned, depending upon where you are at that point in your life, a lot of people like clean slates in that regard because they just want the opportunity to have those experiences with their partner. And the complexity of a blended family sometimes is, at least in a certain part of your life, not ideal for a lot of people. So let's see how this goes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Damn, you see, yeah.
So
Yeah.
kids are a deal breaker?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just the kids, especially at that young of an age. Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
not something I'm,
understandable.
Yeah. That's it. But beautiful girl though. I
Thank
definitely,
you.
I would approach you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, is he someone that's your type?
Actually, yeah. Yeah, he is my type. He is my type, yo. No.
Yeah, I think the other guy
It's
popped
okay.
too after hearing that.
Can't change
Thank
that.
you. Right. And then our guy over here ended up popping as well. Why'd we end up popping?
Only because of that, man.
The
You feel
kid.
me? Well, traditional man, I want my woman to come pure. I don't care about the whole societal thing with the bodies and shit like that. You feel me? That I really don't give a fuck about type shit. You feel me? But it's like having to start with another person's child and shit and things that come with it and stuff like that. You feel me? I want to start my own family from scratch. And I had raised in a full household. My brother, sister, everybody. My parents stayed together. And you know what I'm saying? It's just I have that moral in me. I just can't. And it's I wish, but you can't change.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hilarious, right? Because, all right, so first I understand it, right? It's something I called out a couple times in this video. Whenever there is a situation where one of the people have kids and then one of the people that they might be interested in don't, right? Like I know a lot of people typically, especially earlier in their lives, they're not necessarily willing to do that. But as they get more things in their lives, they might have a kid themselves. They have, you know, they have a failed marriage or something like that. People get more open to doing these things. But when people don't have as much attachments, they don't have much responsibilities, they don't have a lot of these things, they usually like to start, again, clean slate. They want to have these experiences with their partner for the first time rather than their partner coming from a prior situation where they have to deal with that, you know, that the partner's ex baby father, whatever we want to say, right? But also, to bringing it all back, I just find it really funny that the adult porn star just said, adult entertainment. Oh, man, let's say that because I think YouTube doesn't like hearing certain words. The adult entertainer would say he likes his woman pure, right? It just seems like he has for a long-term partner, I feel like he has a thing that a lot of women aren't going to be cool with, because if that's his main thing and he wants to continue working, you need a partner who's going to be able to accept that. And I don't really think there are that much women who are going to be cool with their guy being on set with other women all day, right? And it would take a certain kind of woman to do it. That's why a lot of the times, at least from what I hear, people within that industry would date other people within that industry because they at least kind of get it. And so it just seems kind of funny to be like the adult entertainer and then to walk around and be like, oh yeah, by the way, I want my woman pure, right? It's just like there's like an irony to it. But again, I already understand it, and I already said why people feel that way, and I guess people feel that way regardless, because we're talking about ideals, the things you're looking for in a partner, your deal breakers, and so it doesn't just because you might have a situation that someone can say, "Are you holding up a mirror to yourself?" It doesn't mean you don't feel how you feel. So I get how this brother feels. It's just funny sometimes because it's just like, this is the guy that's saying it right now, right? He wants his woman pure. This is the guy out of all the people on the panel. This is the one guy who framed it that way. I just find that hilarious. So, all right, let's keep going.
Change shit sometimes.
And I get that, especially with you growing up in a two-parent household. I completely understand that because that is a very valid foundation and principle on how you look on relationships. I grew up in a single mom household, so I completely understand where you're coming from, and I accept that. So that's good that you know that by yourself. I love that you have your boundaries.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
You go stunning. Like,
Thank you.
do that.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, cool. Well, unfortunately, that is all the balloons popped. So we do thank you for coming on. Let's give it up for her, guys. I'll take this mic. Thank you.
All right, shout out to her.
All right, let's go ahead and bring out our next single lady.
How's the timing looking? All right, this might be the last one I got time
Hello,
for today.
welcome in. What's your name?
My name is Daniela.
Daniela, how old are you?
I'm 23.
And what do you do?
I'm a medical assistant in dermatology.
Okay, very cool. What are some things you like to do for fun?
For fun, I like to play with my dog. Sometimes I go to the gym. I like to play tennis. Yeah.
Okay. What are some things you look
I don't know why this intrusive thoughts. I thought when you said I like to play with my dog, someone was gonna just pop it, just being like a douche about it, right? Like, oh, you like to play with your animals, like I said, people look for dumb reasons to eliminate you. I don't know why. I just thought I would have heard a balloon pop, but all right. Anyway, let's keep going.
for a man?
I like a man who loves animals. Very empathetic, always nice to the waiter, waitress.
Oh, what in the world? I mean, maybe okay. To be fair to him, he's probably thinking, I don't care too much for pets. And if she mentioned she likes to play with her dog in the beginning, and then as a thing for what she's looking for, she said someone who is likes to play with the animals and basically likes animals. He's probably like, I'm not really a pet guy. But it just seems hilarious that he popped it, or at least when we hear the pop, is after she says, the person who's nice to waitresses, right? He's just saying a generally nice person, and it's just the timing there couldn't be more hilarious. But all right, let's keep going.
He's not nice to them.
He's not nice to the
You
waitress.
see do you see what I'm saying? The timing there cannot be missed, right? Like literally nice to waitresses. Pop. Like it's like, yo, you could have waited a second, or you could have done what everyone else does and find some other BS reason to eliminate her later on. But saying it and doing it right there, oh man. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, just overall like really gentle with people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what are some deal breakers?
Deal breakers. Probably, I feel bad, but probably kids, having kids. Yeah, that's the only one I can think of for now. Yeah.
All right. So we did get some pop balloons. Let's go ahead and head on over there, see why they ended up popping.
Okay.
All right. Your name and age.
My name is John. I'm 31.
Okay. John.
And
why did
I
you
am
end up popping
absolutely not nice to the waitresses, so I had to pop on you real quick.
our balloon?
I popped my balloon because I really don't like animals like that.
Okay. And to be fair to him, that's what I said was most likely the issue. But again, the timing was bad.
Okay. That's okay.
People, I be seeing people kiss their dogs in the mouth and stuff like that. Like I'm not that type of guy. So
Yeah.
And then you mentioned kids. You feel me? And I do got 2 shorties, so it was a pop regardless. So, but you fine though, so I will approach
That's okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, is John someone that's your type?
I don't really have a type, to be honest. Okay. I'm open to a lot of guys. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice to know. Thank you, John. All right, let's head on back. So we do still have quite a few balloons left unpopped. So I'm actually gonna switch it on over to you, and I'm gonna hand you a pick. There
Thank
you go. And I am going to have you pop 2 of these balloons. So I know you say you don't really have a type, but you kind of know what you don't like when you see it. So
Everyone
go
has
ahead
a
and
type.
pop those 2, and then I'll see why you ended up popping after.
I'll do 2.
Okay. And then one more. Okay, let's start right here. Your name and age.
I'm Trey, and I'm 25.
Okay. Trey, why did you have your balloon unpopped?
I just wanted to hear her out. She's not unattractive. She's cute, and so I just wanted to hear her out, hear kind of more about who she is.
Okay, got it. So we ended up popping his. Why did we pop his?
Probably not what I usually go for. I like your eyebrows though, and I do like the
thank you.
pearls. I love pearls.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's all. Yeah.
Got it.
Praise God.
We
Interesting.
did pop one more. Let's head on back. Your name and age.
Dante, I'm 25.
Okay, and Dante, why did you have your balloon unpopped?
Wanted to hear her out. Got to see what I think about it, but I had to hear her out. I didn't want to be that person.
Okay. So is she someone that is your type?
Okay, so like there's only two things type shit. Your voice, kind of naggy. I ain't gonna lie. It kind of, I didn't like it a little bit type shit.
Now
That's
he's
all.
throwing the shade
And then
because he got
also the,
eliminated.
like,
But
the
I
body
feel
type kind of shit. You feel me? I was trying to like look past a few things. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why did we end up popping his? Coming close.
Look, I think the cowboy look is not for me, but it looks good on you.
Appreciate you.
So,
okay.
Thank you, baby.
yeah, I think that's all. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm now gonna have you ask the remaining guys a question.
Okay.
Real quick, I think it's funny. Like I said, sometimes you have people who want to let down easier. They don't want to be unnecessarily mean. And so I just find that funny where it's like, oh, you know, I don't think I like the cowboy thing, but it looks good on you. That's like, you just got eliminated because of the cowboy thing, right? And so effectively, you know, you don't think it looks good at all, but you don't want to be a mean person either. So you just say this whole thing where like, oh, well, look, you put it together nicely. Just, I don't think I like the whole look. How do I present this correctly, right? So people do that thing. Oh, not my thing, but looks good on you. It's like, all right, that's why you just eliminated him. But maybe again, to be fair, that's probably one of the reasons why she eliminated him, right? Everyone always looks for the reason that they could say out loud, even if there's some other things implicitly that they immediately know. So, okay.
I have a good one. Okay. What is your inner child into? Like, what type of things bring out your inner child?
Interesting.
Okay. Start over here with your name and age and what type of things bring out your inner child.
My name is Ryan. I'm 26. And the things that bring out my inner child, I think it's the same, like, I've almost always been into the same things since I was a kid as now. So animals, number one. Like if I see an animal or a dog or something, I'm running over to it. Other things that are my inner child,
That
I
was a
like
win for her
sci-fi
right there.
stuff. I like Bigfoot, aliens, whatnot. If I see that, I get excited. So maybe that might answer it. I don't know
That's cool.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our next guy. Your name and age and answer your question.
Chris, 27. And I'll say something that brings out my inner child is probably basketball and anime. I love anime. I love animals too, but I don't think that brings out my inner child though. But with basketball too, like I'm real competitive, and so like I'm really smooth. Like I like to be chill, but when I get on the basketball court, it's a whole different person.
To be clear, anime is not inner child anymore. Everyone likes anime. Okay, we're in 2024 now. We're past the point. Okay, we all like anime. It's fine. It's okay. You can just say it. No worries.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's go down over here. Your name and age and what brings out your inner child.
How you doing? My name is Nati. I'm 25 years old. Things that bring out my inner child, probably things like board games, you know, competing like that. I have a lot of little cousins and nephews and nieces,
Yeah.
so being around them, they bring out my inner child, you know, playing with them.
Cool. I like it.
Name and age and what brings out your inner child.
Yeah, my name is Key. I'm 28. That's a tough question, but I'd probably say like the holiday season, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, just, you know, everybody off work, people, you know, family coming to town, spending time together, whatnot. Like, it's, you know, that's it. Yeah.
Good.
You know what's interesting about the question is that I think in answering it, it's funny because there's a lot of ways to think about it, right? You can either think, well, the inner child is the thing that gives me the most memories from my childhood. And so with this brother's answer right here, he's thinking about, oh, well, you know, when I was younger, all the family gets together and you know, that time of year is a fun time. And I have a lot of interesting memories going back to childhood for it. And then sometimes people like, I think for most people, that's what we're kind of thinking, right? Like what things kind of bring me back childhood memories. But I think another way to think about it too is like, it's almost like what things bring you the level of excitement that you had, like almost similar to like when you were a child, right? It's like when you were a child and you got this brand new, for me at least, got this brand new video game I've been looking to play for the longest. And I know at Christmas time I could play this thing the whole night. That was a lot of fun, right? And so then if you ask what brings kind of the childhood out of you, if you, I forgot how the question was specifically phrased. In my mind, the way I read it is not necessarily the memories, but like what brings that same feeling out. And it might not be a thing that brings back to the memory. It could be something that's linked to those memories, but It could also just be something that's just like, you know, I really love this. I really get into it. It's something that I really enjoy in a way that can only be described as like childhood, like wonder, right? So anyways, just thought I'd opine for a second on that one. Let's keep going.
That's a good one too.
Nice. Let's head on back. All right. I guess I should ask you too. What brings out your inner child?
For me, probably finding like shells at the beach and stuff, or like if I find like a little jellyfish or something. I don't know, like little. I don't know. Kind of weird,
What?
but I was like finding stuff at the beach, like a little, even like little hermit crabs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right,
I get it.
so
I get it.
I'm gonna
I
have you
get it.
pop
That's
one of
fine.
these guys' balloons based off of what you've heard, seen, whatever it may be.
Okay.
See a jellyfish.
Sorry.
I know it's tough.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, why do we end up popping his?
I think the holidays are cool, but I just feel like there's very specific things that like bring out your like who you are like since birth.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right, so then that means me going off on that mini tangent was a complete waste, because I think that's kind of what she's getting at too, right? It's when I ask the question, I'm thinking what kind of things bring out that wonder in you, right? And I feel like her answer wasn't great either, with her like, you know, I see a jellyfish at the beach or something. I'm like, okay, but generally, I think that's what she was probably looking for. But again, like I mentioned, people look for whatever ridiculous reason to eliminate you when they have other things that they later on are just implicitly realizing that they're not feeling about you, right? So maybe there's something else you didn't like. Maybe it is just his answer, but or maybe look, it's a multitude of things. But you know, I think if she was really feeling him and he said the holidays, she would have been able to be like, oh well, sure, I get it, and just moved on. But anyways, let's keep going.
Okay, that's no problem. I get it, yeah.
All right, so why did you have your balloon unpopped for her?
She's a pretty girl, very attractive. I love the hair, I like the curls, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, is he someone that's your type apart from that response?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. All right, let's head back. And we do have 3 guys left. Go ahead and ask them another question.
I have 3.
Yeah. There we go.
It's okay. It's okay. What is
She reminds me of somebody.
what do you do in
AOC.
your free
Okay.
time?
What do you do in your free time? Okay.
Okay.
What do you do in your free time?
I like to walk, so I walk places frequently. I like shopping. I like, thrifting. I like antiquing. That's pretty much it. That's my main free time activities.
Okay. I just found the walking thing to be kind of funny. I get it. You get a good walk in every now and again. It just felt like a kind of a hilarious answer to give right now. But I am absolutely nitpicking. So let's keep it going.
What about over here? What do you do in your free time?
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm pretty simple. I like to play basketball. Like I said, I watch a lot of anime and I smoke a lot of weed. Straight to it, yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That pause right there with the okay. I think this guy is next on the list to get his balloon popped. I think unless you meet someone who is as into it as you, I don't know if when you put that front and center, like, oh, I love to do this as a main thing I like to do, like my main hobbies. Again, unless you're meeting someone who is equally on the same foot with you on that, it's not one of the best things to say. I feel like he just got himself eliminated. And I feel like her pause to say okay is the future. So if he does not get popped next, then I made a grave error in judgment. But I feel he's probably next to get eliminated.
Okay.
Smoke
I
a lot.
appreciate it. No, I appreciate it.
Let's go over here.
That might be, I appreciate the honesty, but you about to get eliminated, and we're going to see.
Okay, what do you do in your free time?
Well, I'm pretty busy, so I only get so much free time. But whenever I do, I like to try new things. So try new food, go new places.
Yeah.
I'm pretty new to Arizona, so just discovering the area, getting to know the place. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. All right. You know what time it is. Time to pop.
Okay. How many?
Just one.
Just one?
Unless you said you got more to pop. You got more to pop?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
No, not
okay.
yet. I'm thinking. Yeah, I might. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Drop a like down on the video right now, guys. Okay.
Where do we end up popping his?
I think it's two things. One, not super like physically attracted, but also I think like I don't know. I don't even really have a problem with weed and stuff, but I just don't want to smell like it, and I don't want you to smell like it either.
Oh, y'all always smell good.
No, I believe it. But yeah, some of it you just can't help. Some of it you can't control. So.
See, look, what it comes down to is that you might have someone who's not ideologically opposed to it. But there's always a thing where it's like, I might not be ideologically against it, but when I ask you what you do in your free time, and then you basically say like, oh, I love to do this, then it kind of speaks like do you know how some people almost make smoking part of their personality? It like it's like one of the building blocks of who they are, right? And so it's one thing to indulge, but it's another thing when like, hey, what do you do in your free time? What do you like to do? People are looking for what you enjoy, right? And it partially speaks to a little bit of who you are, right? Like, oh, like what are your hobbies? What things do you like to do? And then you choose to say, I like to smoke a lot of weed at this point. You know, it's not really the best. It's just not the best thing to put forward, because even if that's not you and you're not a person who is just, you know, smoking all day and you have a lot going on in your life. And as we heard about this guy, it does seem like he has a lot going on. He's like, I'm gonna butcher what he said, but it seems like he's doing like volunteering. He's working at these different organizations, and so you can say he has a lot of other good things going for him. But again, when asked the question, what do you do in your free time, and you say smoking, it just comes off a certain way. So I think you should never lead with that, even like, because you give the impression that it's a bigger part of your life, even if it isn't. Right. And so I think that's it's just something to keep in mind going forward and to not do. But OK, let's keep going.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've been doing this for years since I was 12. I know how to control myself. But not I know how to not smell like weed is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay.
Saying I was smoking since I'm 12 is actually a wild statement.
She's pretty. She's cute. Not really necessarily what I'd go for, but I was trying to hear her out.
Okay, cool.
I feel like I would have kept that to myself,
two remaining guys
man.
left. Any questions?
But that's just me. Different sensibilities.
Let's head down over here. All right. What's your question?
What are your love languages? Or do you have a top three favorites?
Yeah, that's a good one. I think mine are probably love languages. Probably I like acts of service, and quality time is probably number 2, but I think acts of service is like way up there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you? What are yours?
Acts of service is definitely up there.
Yeah.
Quality time's also up there. I'm also a physical touch. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I like all 5.
Yeah.
A mix of all of them would be great, but yeah, it's a good answer. I like all those.
Okay.
I'm actually not. She has a pretty good game face. I'm not sure who she would pick, to be honest.
Who's one of your role models?
That's a good one. Probably my dad. He's very he's like the cook of the house. He's like everything. My parents have been together forever, but my dad is like, he's a real like acts of service kind of person. Yeah, I think I take after him too, and he's very empathetic, even if he doesn't show it all the time. Yeah, so definitely my dad.
Respect. Okay.
Yeah. Who's yours?
I have a few, but I would say Denzel Washington.
Okay.
Like it's a
Random
troll.
as hell.
Yeah.
Denzel's just cool as hell. Like,
okay.
Cool, talented. Him, and also like Donald Glover or Childish Gambino, because he's a multifaceted artist that I respect as well. So there's 2.
Cool.
I swear to you, this is why I can't take this guy serious. I mean, it's just because I know of his content. I know a lot of the funny skits he does. When I heard him say that, part of me feels like he was just saying that to see her reaction and see how she responds to it. But also, I guess he's not given any indication that he is joking. I just can't help but be like, all right, okay. Like I felt like he was gonna, crack into a Denzel impression. Like, all right, let me not do it. Okay, let's keep going.
Cool.
Okay, so we're down to 2 guys. I am gonna have you pop one of theirs to see if the other is your match.
Can I ask a question?
Is she about to pop everybody's?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. What is your red flag or your toxic trait?
So what's the toxic trait they have?
Oh, that's
Yes,
interesting.
yeah.
Tell people to tell on themselves. Okay.
That I'm opinionated. So I have just strong opinions on things.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
What's your toxic trait?
I'm a pretty great guy. I would say when I break up with someone, I like to break up on bad terms. I don't like to miss the person at all. So that's probably my toxic trait. But other than that, I'm a pretty good guy. So.
Okay. Let's see why our guy back here ended up popping.
Okay. Yeah, let's see.
What's going on?
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, and I just thought they looked like a cute couple together. I think beautiful, and I think you
after seeing her
femininity,
reaction, I
which
think
is
she
a
might
really
have picked
great
him.
trait that is missing in these days, like this generation. So I don't really have anything negative. I just wasn't feeling like a romantic spark. That was it.
Okay.
But you have so many great qualities that I liked a lot. That's why
thank you.
I stayed to the end, because I was like feeling it. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Got it. Now, is he someone that's your type?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's kind of hard to read. I'm not gonna lie, because she kind of keeps the same expression, and so all you can do is look for like little like micro tells, like, oh, is that a little discontentment? Is that a little disapproval? It's kind of hard to tell sometimes, but okay.
Thank
Cool.
you. Well, let's bring out our last guy up here. Let me have you stand on this side of me, and I'll have you
Okay.
stand here. All right, y'all. Any final questions between the 2 of you?
Now we can get into that later. I think I'm good.
Yeah, her saying at this point is bad.
I can't think of a question.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't think of a question, but I might have to pop it though.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah.
Why did you want to pop? I know he beat you to it, but
I know it's okay too. It's okay.
I mean, that honestly, I think so. Okay, I might have been right. I think she would have picked Ryan here, and when it got down to it, I feel like if you were to ask, are there any questions or something like that, she kind of has a decent poker face, but I feel like there would have been a little more enthusiasm if you felt like you got a match that you were actually interested in. And the way she kind of just sat there and was like, I don't know, let me think about it. I was like, yeah, she's gonna pop this balloon. She does not care to go forward here. But yeah, get it.
Okay. I think he's not super physically my type.
okay.
Yeah. I do think you're handsome though, and I like your hair. You're really pretty.
Again, trying to be really nice about it, but ultimately just
Let me
not
have you head back over
feeling
there.
somebody. Makes sense.
All right, well, that is all the balloons popped. We do thank you so much for coming on. Let's go ahead and
Thank
give it up for her,
you.
guys.
Thank
Take the
you.
mic. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and bring out our next single lady. Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
Raja.
Raja, how old are you?
I'm 24 years old.
And what do you do?
Like the
I'm a law
tiger from
student.
Aladdin.
Okay, nice. What are some things like you do for
Sorry,
fun?
guys.
I love to travel. I like to journal. I like to walk my dog. And I like to just be really adventurous and have fun with my partner.
Okay, nice. Speaking of partners, what are some things you look for in a man?
Oh, they have to be honest, confident, really secure in themselves, able to compromise, and we have shared values and beliefs.
Got it.
Yes.
And now, what are some of your deal breakers?
If you don't like dogs, like my dog is
This
my
guy, he's
everything.
gotta
So
pop
if you don't
again.
like dogs, let me know that now.
Okay.
He's thinking
What
about it.
else? Someone who's a narcissist, and somebody who's not a decision maker. They have other people make their decisions, such as their family, friends, somebody on the street. Like, I just need you to be a man.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, see, real quick. This guy popped this balloon last time because the other girl said she liked dogs, right? And the fact that he didn't pop it now kind of goes to what I was saying before. Everyone finds the thing that they are looking to hedge it all on as to why they eliminated somebody. But if there are other things they're feeling about a person, they might be willing to overlook certain things, right? So last time he hedged it all on that, or at least communicated it that way. But in reality, she probably just wasn't his type. This girl shows up, actually names it as one of the her deal breakers, right? Someone who doesn't like pets, and he is sitting right here without a pop balloon. Now, if he pops within the next 10 seconds, then this entire segment right here is a waste of time. But we'll see.
All right, so we don't have any balloons popped. So I'm actually going to switch it on over to you, and I'm going to hand you a pick. So there you go. And I am going to have you pop, let's go with 2 balloons.
Okay.
Based off of what you're seeing, you know, who may not really be your type, whatever it is, go ahead and pop those 2 balloons.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, one more. All right, let's start right on over here. Name and age.
John, I'm 31.
Okay, and now, John, you did have your balloon unpopped. Why so?
She's beautiful. I'm not shallow, so I want to hear what she was talking about. You feel me? But I mean, she's a nice little young woman, so I approach her.
Okay, got it. And now, why did we end up popping his balloon?
You say your name's John?
Yeah.
Well, John, you look really nice. Just there wasn't like an initial attraction, I would say, but you seem sweet, so.
Respect it.
Yeah.
All right, and then we did pop one more. Let's head on over here. Your name and age.
How you doing? My name is Nati. I'm 25 years old.
Okay. And Nati, why did you have
This
your
guy's
balloon
been having luck all day.
You're very pretty. I like the dress. You know, orange is a nice color on you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to hear you out, get to know you better.
Okay, got it, got it. Now, why did we end up popping his?
Well, I would say the same thing. Like, you do look nice, really friendly. Just there wasn't like initial attraction again, but you seem fine. Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank
really
you.
respectable.
Okay, next round, I'm gonna go ahead and have you ask these guys a question just to help you narrow it down.
Okay, so guys, how should the roles and responsibilities be shared in a household?
Okay, let's start with your name and age, and how should the roles be?
This is the 3rd time this same question has come up in a different form today, right? First, he posed it to, I think, the first lady of the day. Then the second, not the second lady, but one of the other girls asked the question back. And now she's asking it again. They all worded it slightly differently, but they're all alluding to the same thing. Effectively, how do you see the roles in the household? And she wants to get a view on how how these folks see that particular subject. All right, let's keep going.
Sure.
My name's Dante. I'm 25. The roles in the household, I grew up in a traditional household, so dad works and stuff like that, grinds out, makes sure the home is taken care of, the kids are taken care of and stuff like that. Mom does what she's great at, which is nurturing and stuff like that, you feel me? Taking care, make sure when I come home, everybody's taking care of my kids and stuff like that, making sure she's good. I gotta make sure, hey, if something's not right, let me go take care of that and stuff like that and bring it back home. But I'm very traditional, extremely actually.
Okay. Name and age and the answer to her question.
My name's Ryan. I'm 26. And I'll echo that. I'm very traditional as well. So as the man, I would be taking the stereotypical man role where being the breadwinner. And if there's something wrong with the lawnmower, that's on me. It's not on you. I'm carrying in all the groceries, like stuff like that. And then again, assuming we had a family, I would want my wife to be the one leading the nurturing of the children and educating them and stuff like that. And hopefully she can cook as well. That would be a great bonus because I cannot cook for shit.
All right. Your name and age and the answer to her question.
Okay.
Chris, 27. And I'll say I grew up in a single mom household, so I'm still learning as I go within all the relationships I've been through. So, yeah, I usually do take on a more traditional role, like take care of, if she's staying with me, take care of the bills, taking care of the manly stuff, like you said, like all the changing the tire, taking out the trash, all of that. But as far as like monetarily, I grew up seeing my mom do it all, so I need another woman that she doesn't have to do it all, but she had to be able to do something, I do like a little Miss Independent, a little bit.
Okay.
So I get the feeling that most of them are going to say something along the same lines. I think the only thing here that we have to look out for is that ultimately she might be looking for these little things that, again, kind of jump out, since they're all going to be saying more or less the same thing. It's who says the one or two things that she's like, that raised a bit of a red flag for me. So I feel like in his response there, it was fine, but he almost went into an area where he was going to say, and I don't know how she views it yet. She asked the question. She hasn't said what her view yet is. And so we're going to hear it when she starts eliminating people. But we'll see. Because he was saying, hey, first he was like, oh, I grew up and I see my mom kind of doing it all. And then I thought he was going to say something along the lines of like, so, 50-50 or something like that. And then some people are not necessarily a fan of that, or there's always a discussion about it. But then he kind of, I would say, cleaned it up and said, I don't mind a Miss Independent, right? So we'll see how that hedges, because we don't necessarily know what her view is just yet. But it's my view that most of them are going to kind of say the same thing. So it's going to be in those little differences that we'll see how people respond. Sorry, how she responds.
All right, name and age and answer to a question.
I'm Trey, 25.
Just popped.
I've seen both done effectively in terms of both partners working, and one partner I had a stay-at-home mom later in my life. So I really believe in what does the home need. Like that's between the two people to understand. Like you, for example, you're in law school. That's a very high-paying job. It'd be crazy of me to ask you to sacrifice that entirely and not chase after this dream, because law school is a lot. That's high school, college, and some more school. And so I believe in understanding, like, hey, tonight might not be a U-night to wash dishes. Tonight might not be a U-night to set up everything for the kids. Because I'll be honest, I can change a tire. I have AAA and it works though. And so I would much rather not.
All right, fair enough.
If it's hot in Phoenix, like if need be, but my AAA works. But yeah, I believe in modernity, and I believe in like progressing those roles. They don't have to be static like they were in the past.
Okay.
I'll say this, in a lot of ways, I think I found myself agreeing with this guy probably the most. I think when it comes down to a lot of the traditional roles, I think in a lot of ways they work and they're fair. But that does not necessarily mean things have to be static, and there aren't ways that you can kind of look at them and mold them to the current time or to the people you're dealing with. There might be some things that are traditional in your relationship. And sometimes even the word traditional, everyone might take on a different, that takes on a different meaning for certain people. But I think broadly speaking, people kind of more or less understand what that means. But I think within that, if things don't line up 100%, it's fine. The whole idea is always making things work for your particular situation, your particular relationship, and to kind of speak to the things that you care about most. And when we talk about the traditional roles, some people are like, some women might be looking for protector, provider kind of things. But if you, as he mentioned, I could change a tire, but our AAA works. Some women don't care about that. And they'll be like, that's fine. So long as you got some other things. And inversely, some guys would be like, hey, like, I probably don't cook that well. If you can kind of do that, that'd be great. But they ain't got no problem doing a lot of the cleaning and all these other things as well. Right. So balance and finding that right balance in your relationship is the thing that works. And so I'd say overall, I think his summary of it is more or less what I personally feel and agree with as well. So let's keep going.
That's good. And then we did get a pop. Let's head down over here. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Yeah, I'm Key, 28. I pop just because, she's a law student. That's a lot of time. I'm a business owner. And so you've been a law student, like, my time is limited. Your time is going to be limited. That's a lot of school and everything, trying to build a family.
That's actually a fair point. If he's a business owner and she's in law school, and there's probably a certain amount of time you want to be able to spend and see your partner, it might have some rough times there. You might have some rough times there. And if you have some kids, it's probably even worse. So I get it. But yeah, let's see if they have any more beyond that.
Family, whatnot. And then also, you're a pretty woman. Just not really, just not too attracted. But you don't look bad at all.
No, is he someone that's your type?
You look decent, but
Damn. Did you? Sorry, it's not what she's just saying. Is that I don't want to. Oh man, she gave him the up and down look first, and I don't know if she would have said that if he just said he wasn't attracted like that, and so she's just kind of like throwing the shot back. But it's like she gave him this look first. She just kind of looked him down like, oh, all right. Yeah, you're all right, and it's again, these are light. I've seen worse reactions to rejection and things like that. And that's really what this is. People don't like to be rejected, and people feel a certain way when they are. And so the real skill is handling rejection gracefully. And it's something that you would have to work on by getting rejected a lot. So it sucks either way to work on that skill, but you work on it, you kind of come away a little bit better. But okay, let's keep going.
Like, you're decent. Like,
Okay.
it looked like you tried.
Oh my day.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah, you're decent.
Then they got his zoom. All right,
It's all
yeah.
good.
Thank you. Okay.
He popped the
and
balloon
we
anyway.
did
He's not
get
worried
a
about that,
pop
but it's
back
just funny.
Here. Why did we end up popping?
So, if we looking long term, building a family, I'm a little taller. Nothing against the short queens. I love the short queens, but you just look like you're like 5 foot, maybe. So like it's a little, So I like I'm like a little taller, 5'6", 5'8".
Got it.
That's interesting because it's funny because I think a lot of the times coming from the women's side, you hear the thing about the height, but a lot of the times the guys don't seem to care as much. And so it's interesting for him to say, hey, starting a family or something like that, it'd be better to have someone taller. I'm not saying people don't have preferences in general. I just said I typically don't hear guys speaking to the height preference, right? Interesting. All right, let's keep going.
Now, is he someone that's your type?
You look fine, but like for a partner, I'm looking for someone more like, I don't know, more dapper.
Dapper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I be putting it on. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I wear suits. So I just,
It's okay. See, that kind of goes to the thing. He already kind of rejected her. He popped the balloon already. And so now when she kind of puts it back in reverse and was like, well, I mean, you're okay, but I don't really like the way you dress. The overall appearance is not my preferred choice. Then he kind of gets that feeling like, oh, well, I was rejecting you. You can't reject me, right? And so that's what I'm saying. It's the whole thing about how is it that you accept rejection, deal with rejection, and ultimately feel when you get rejected, and how you respond. And I feel like right here he's not doing a great job responding gracefully, but I get it.
Okay, got it. Thank you. All right, so we do have 2 left, guys. Oh, I'm sorry, 3. You keep hiding that balloon. All right, so we have 3 left. Go ahead and ask these guys another question.
Okay. What are some qualities that you look for in a partner?
Okay. What are some qualities you look for?
Number one is major is respect. I don't care really about the love and everything. Respect comes with honesty, communication, everything else and stuff like that. If you're going to respect me, you're going to do what's right at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So at first and then, just like a rapper say, I don't want luck, loyalty, I want respect. You feel me? I grew up on that. Respect my father, respect my coaches, respect the pastors and shit, respect the homeless people when I go to give stuff out for community service and shit like that. You feel me? It's just a different thing. Growing up, like, I used to look big and shit like that. People didn't respect me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they overlooked me and shit like so. It's something deeper. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Stole my answer. Respect first, but I'll add to that.
Okay.
I also think someone who's peaceful. I'm looking just for someone who can be my peace because I go through stressful situations and I've got my own stuff going on. So having a woman do what she does best, which is be like that peaceful, feminine energy, that's what I care most about.
You know what's funny about that response? I think a lot of guys feel that way, whether or not they say it that way or how they find a way to express that. I think a lot of the times these might be, I think a lot of guys would agree with this sentiment. It's like you kind of want in your partner someone who can be your peace and not someone who brings the additional stress to you. Right? And I think so long as you have someone who does that for you, there are a lot of things you're probably willing to overlook because ultimately just that peace of mind, especially as time goes by, becomes more and more valuable and it really becomes the thing you're looking for. And so again, if you're with someone who brings you more stress than peace, then things are already out of balance. Regardless of any of the other positive things about them, I think it probably there's a heavy weight for guys on peace, whether or not they say it.
Let's head on over here.
Name and age.
No, just answer the question. She already got your name.
And make it show. I believe versatility ambition and empathy are really important for a partner, because I was talking about modernity earlier. I don't believe in one thing. I don't believe in like a single track mind. I don't believe in somebody not wanting to venture out and be broad and trying. And you said you were adventurous, so that's already a check. But along with that, I need somebody that loves God, and not just like, oh, God is cool, woody woody woo. But what's your sign? No, I need somebody that loves God, for real, for real. And so if you don't have that, just go ahead.
Yeah.
But all four of those things.
Yeah, I'm a believer. So.
Amen. Come on now, Eba.
All right. Part of me feels if everyone here makes it to the end and they don't get slid on in reference to everything else, these two will probably match. So let's see.
All right. Okay, it is time to pop a balloon.
I can ask another question.
No, let's go ahead and pop. Okay, what do we end up popping his?
Well, you have muscles.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it looks like you work out.
I appreciate you.
Do you typically like wear this attire or?
Genuinely, so I'm from Michigan. I'm a country boy. You know what I'm saying? So Royce, I want to go back to the country and shit. But I dabber down like everybody else and shit. But I don't care about society's norms. I look good. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wear what I'm gonna want to wear.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Okay, that was really. I just had to pop some of the other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see that? Sorry. See, that's generally the thing that I was talking about. I mean, the cowboy look is only going to go but so far for everyone else. But again, people just look for reasons to eliminate people. So it's possible it was the one thing she had to hedge on, and she just mentioned it. I needed to pop somebody because I'm probably already interested in the other guy. So I'm good here. Let's just wrap up the segment. So like I said, I think she's going to pick that. I forgot the guy's name, but the guy who I said I kind of agreed with his thoughts in reference to the balance.
All right,
I like your answer. Though.
Is she someone that's your type?
Yes, for sure, 100%. You feel me? Like I was on the fence a little bit. I wanted to hear her out, what she's really gonna say and stuff like that. You know, see how good she's gonna articulate her answers and stuff like that. You see the depth in it and stuff like that. But she's did very well.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, so our two remaining guys. Any questions for our good lady?
Yes. What is
Oh,
your?
she's asking. Okay.
Oh,
go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. You can ask.
You were ready. Go for it. Go for it.
Well, I was going to ask for you guys' occupations.
Okay. Occupations.
I own 2 different.
I feel like this part would have been funny if he was still in when she asked the occupation, because she said she's very religious. I just wanted to see her face when he said he was an adult entertainer. That would have been a fun one, but I guess he didn't get there. That would have been funny. All right, let's keep going.
Different media companies, so making YouTube videos and stuff like that is really the main gig. That's it.
And then while we're here, any questions for her?
I was gonna ask, what do you think your life's purpose is?
My life's purpose. Well, I would say because I'm in law school, I went to law school because I want to help disadvantaged communities and just get them out of the situations that they're in. For instance, I do want to go into criminal law and be a prosecutor or a defender, especially within my community in the Cleveland neighborhood. So I just really want to give back.
Are you?
What's going on back there?
Is that where you live, Cleveland, or?
Yes, I'm from Cleveland.
Okay.
Yes.
I have that Indians hat, but I'm still gonna pipe. I gotta pop it. Sorry. Because it's too far for me. Yeah.
Where are you from?
I live in LA.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's head on over here.
Again, if you're being honest, everyone knows like long distance relationships like that really have no shot, especially not in the beginning. I feel maybe if you had a situation with somebody and there's got to be a period of long distance relationshiping, maybe you make it work. But I think realistically, even for people who have the funds to kind of come out and see each other more often than not, it's a rough situation. And yeah, okay, let's keep going.
Here. And then what do you do? And then if you have any questions for her.
Got you. I'm a development project manager at a tech company right now. And then question I have for you, I was going to ask something similar to purpose, but what is something that your friends would say 2 years ago you struggled with, but you've made significant growth in today?
Wow. I would say that they would say that I struggle with like moving on from situations that no longer serve me. So I feel like I really developed from that today. Just being able to put the past behind me, look towards the future, know that there's better things happening, better things to come for me. And I feel like they would really respect that. Like, she's able to boss up, move on, and be a better person.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let me have you come on up. Come on up. Let's walk back over here, y'all.
Yeah,
Come on.
I was gonna say that her answer is not a deal breaker in any way. So I think I feel like we'll see. I feel like my initial prediction is gonna be the case here. So let's wrap it up.
All right, y'all. So, any final questions between the two of you before we determine if this is a match?
Okay. So, just and keep it a bill. Am I fine to you? Like fine. I'm walking into your church and your deaconess is looking at.
Oh.
Okay.
I think you are attractive, for sure. I like your outfit. I like the way that you carried yourself.
Thank you.
I like that you listened to my answers.
Of course.
You're a great listener. But you said, like, fine. Like, I spot you out and I'm like, ooh, I want him.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, but
That's crazy.
My types
That's
do
crazy.
change when I look at the person's personality and how they present themselves. But
Funny thing is that's crazy, but for guys, that's still not gonna be a deal breaker. We'll we'll have to see what he says.
But you said you still find him attractive.
yes, he's attractive.
Yeah.
Why you look at me like that?
Cause you looking for a reason to pop.
I'm a sucker for a middle part now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll tell you what. But all right, let's go.
Good. All right. So then, with that being said, is it gonna be a yes for you for her?
Yes, Lord.
And is it a yes for you for him? You said,
Oh, no, I was.
is it a yes for you for him?
That's crazy. Wow.
Okay. What happened? Why he ended up popping?
I just feel like maybe for me
That-
it wasn't like an
I'm not gonna lie, that's actually kind of crazy. All right, let's see what she has to say about it.
immediate yes. And I feel like when you're in a relationship, you need that like immediate, like, yeah, like I want him, like, let's go. But
that's why I asked
that
what
was
I
it.
asked.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just.
The
I'm like,
environment.
maybe it could progress to that, but not.
I
just
agree. I mean,
initially.
this environment is made for like stuff like
Yeah,
that. I just want you to
exactly.
be sure that this is something that like you're not gonna go home 2 weeks later and go back home and be like, he not really even that cute. Like that's not for Trey.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. You can head back over
Bam.
there.
Well, got that one completely wrong. I guess that happens sometimes.
All right. Well, that is all the popped balloons. But we
I'm not necessarily sure what else she was looking for. Probably just maybe a little bit more physically attracted. I think probably other things line up there. And when it came down to it, she wasn't ready to pull the trigger. So, okay. All right. Happens.
do thank you for coming on. I'll take this mic. And let's go ahead and
Let's
give it
see,
up
where
for her,
are we?
guys.
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead and bring out our next single lady.
All right, guys, I think we are coming on the last one. I wasn't even sure I'd be able to make it this far because of my timing today, but I think we can get through it. So we'll go through this last one and then we'll wrap up here.
Hello. Welcome in. What's your name?
Dorian.
Dorian, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay. And what do you do?
I work for a Fortune 50 company as an insurance agent.
Wait, what? Okay. I mean, I guess you could say Fortune 50, but most of the time it's referred to as like Fortune 500. Unless you're saying the first 50 in Fortune 500, I guess it's fine. Look, I'm not 100% always in the know as to what terminology people use here, but I find it as an interesting choice. So, all right, let's keep going. I'm probably making some assumptions off of that I shouldn't be. Let's hear her out some more.
And I also rap.
Oh, okay, very cool.
Okay. All right, I'm not gonna lie. Again, when I hear someone say they rap, my immediate reaction would be like, I'm gonna pop this balloon, right? But again, as I mentioned, guys are not as quick to eliminate someone for things if they find them attractive at first. They are willing to overlook a couple of things and say, that's not great, but like, let me hear you out, right? And I just let's hear her out some more. It seems like one of those funny things that when people say rap nowadays, everyone wants to just like start clowning you for it. But and not because it isn't a skill and a great outlet in some things that some people are genuinely really good at. It's just it's like, where are you with this? Is this a hobby, something that interests you, something that you can do, or you're just like, I'm trying to be the next, I don't know, gorilla, right? Or that's kind of what she looks like, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's stuff like that. If it's like if you're doing that and you hope to be discovered and blow up big on social media or something like that, then great. But it depends what else you have going on in addition to that. So it's always funny when you hear that sometimes. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah. Now, I know you see rap. What else do you do for fun?
For fun, I like to travel a lot. I like to stamp my passport. I'm very adventurous, skydiving, jet skiing, whatever the world brings us.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Now, what is... Wow.
Damn. Y'all don't like to travel?
I guess not.
No, I'm curious as to what they have to say about that, but I just feel like just look at her face. That's actually kind of funny. In just a response of like, oh, I like to travel and do all these things, there's probably something in there that just rings of red flags to them, right? And I'm curious as to what they say. There's a couple different ways you can go about it. There's taking it at face value, which is like, oh, she's adventurous and she does these things. And then there's the other thought, which sometimes is the next step, which is, okay, great, you're able to do these things, but how are you doing these things? And what does that mean, right? And so this is where some people's mind can go into different places in reference to like, okay, well, are you just working and you have, everything together and you just schedule your time accordingly and make it out to these different places to have these experiences? Or is there some guy somewhere paying for a lot of these things for you? These are some of the things sometimes people think about when they hear that. And it's what I'm thinking right now when I see them have immediately popped the balloon. Curious to see what they have to say. Let's keep going.
Now, what are some things you look for in a man?
What do I look for in a man? I really like an outgoing guy. I'm a very outgoing person, respectful, emotionally intelligent, and I also like a man that makes as much money as me or more.
Okay.
Exactly.
Nice.
Get the bag.
Now, what are some deal breakers?
Deal breakers. Felonies, but the felonies as far as sexual, violent, small penis.
If anyone, honestly, that's one of those moments where if anyone had a reason that they were going to pop the balloon anyway, that's not the point you pick. Not right there. If there's any other thing you would want to do it. Oh, I didn't like the way she was talking. You know what? I realized I don't actually like her dress or whatever thing you wanted to say. That would be the worst moment to pop the balloon, because that would get clipped and that would be all around social media. And then you would be the guy who popped. And when she said that, like, oh, I guess I'm disqualifying myself. So it's good to see no one actually did it right there, because they would have been clowned, because that's just social media, and that's the world we live in. So yeah, lucky for these guys that they had the wherewithal to not pop the balloon at that moment. Let's keep going.
Deal breaker.
All right, so
Period.
we did get.
I'm just being honest.
We did get a couple pop balloons.
That's fine.
Let's go ahead and
They
see
gonna
why
wish
you
they
ended
didn't
up
pop
popping.
it.
All right, your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
My
I
name's
feel like
Dante,
Ryan's
I'm
gonna
25.
pop.
And why'd you pop,
I
Dante?
feel like he's gonna pop at some point.
Don't get on me, internet, bro. Spots on your stain on your little dress.
I was in the back drunk, so whatever.
Oh yeah. You feel me?
Oh,
It's
pop!
fine.
Someone's
It's
gonna
a
pop.
$300
Yeah,
dress.
exactly. Nah, you can't. Come on. You can like. You're gonna look for a partner, and the first thing she's gonna say is, "Oh, well, there's a whole bunch of stains on my dress because I was in the back drunk." It means like you kind of aren't looking out for yourself. It means you're a bit sloppy in certain moments, and that's not a good look. So I mean, I already felt like he was gonna pop anyway, and I gave him all the permission to do so. So I mean, it's kind of obvious that was not necessarily a good admission, but yeah, let's keep going. See, actually, you see Arlette's face right here? This is my face too. Right here in this moment, Arlette is all of us. Absolutely not the thing you would admit at that moment. So yeah, let's keep going.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's the $300 dress. My bad. I got a little makeup on it.
Just shows like.
Do y'all really believe? I mean, I don't know anything about this stuff, but do y'all really believe this is a $300 dress? This, for some reason, it just doesn't look like that to me. This feels like something that you can just get off of Fashion Nova for like $50. But okay, let's keep going.
Like you paying attention to care, stuff like that. You feel me? You trying to be presentable, just that, yeah.
Okay.
You feel me?
Respect that.
She pretty.
Gracias.
She pretty.
Now, is he someone that's your type?
No, I'm not going. Where are you from?
From Michigan.
He's from Michigan, and he has a cowboy hat on. No.
Okay.
I could see if he was from Texas or something. I feel like Southern boys wear the cowboy hats. I'm not a big fan of the cowboy hat.
Dang.
Y'all are so mean.
It's just honestly, I think at this point she's getting the pops because there's something about her. Something about her presentation style, how she talks about the people. It's just it's something a little off-putting. I don't know quite what it is. Hopefully one of them could put it into words, but we'll see. Let's keep it going. And if I find the right thing to say, I of course will say it. But let's keep going.
They got country boys in Michigan.
Anyways, next.
Name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
My name's Ryan. I'm 26.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Mhm.
And I think you just had an unwelcoming demeanor. And that was it.
We know.
There it is. See, there it is. There's an unwelcoming demeanor. Thank you, good sir. You have found the right way to put it. That's what I was looking for.
Oh, why? I mean, everybody pop their balloon, so I might as well be honest. I mean, I don't want to get into it, but I can understand why you would think I have an unwelcoming demeanor. But you're very handsome, Ryan. I love your dimples, but I'm actually very much a sweetheart. Next.
Oof. It's one thing to be called out for a certain, like, he said she had an unwelcoming demeanor, and then in her response, basically her proving his point, right? It's kind of wild to do that in that moment, but also it might appear that everyone popped their balloon. So at this point, she's just gonna kind of go down the line and do her, like, I don't want to call it a victory lap because she clearly struck out here, but it's the opposite of a victory lap, but still a lap that you walk in victory to, if that makes sense. It's like a I lost, but I'm gonna walk away confidently in my failure, right? Okay, let's see what she has to say.
Okay. Name and age and why you ended up popping.
Chris, 27. Just because I don't do those skydiving, I'm scared of heights. And so I had problems in my past. With my last girl, she was tweaking with me because I didn't want to do the little.
You know, it's crazy. I must be tired here because we've been going for about 2 hours now. I missed the most obvious reason why they popped there. And I went with like these other weird, more intrinsic, just complicated reasons. Using the wrong words here. And it's really just he ain't playing no skydiving. And he thought that she'd probably ask him to do some of these things. And he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. And so that's always a fair reason too. So yeah, completely missed that one. Let's keep going.
With the Superman thing in Vegas, we done broke up over that. It was bad.
Okay. And you said your name is?
Chris.
Chris, so you popped my balloon because you don't like skydiving?
You said you like doing adventurous stuff, skydiving, what'd you say, jumping out of airplanes, roller coasters, I don't do that.
I mean, but she asked me what I like to do. She didn't ask you what you like to do. But I mean, I understand if you don't like skydiving. We could have went on a nice dinner date. You're very handsome. I love the Calabasas pants. I got a couple pair myself. I like the outfit. I think you're going to regret popping your balloon. But I understand if you don't want to go skydiving. Everybody need a woman to get them out their comfort zone.
So now, apart.
You know what's funny though? You know what's funny? Because I feel like I might have been throwing a lot of shade her way, but I agree with her here. And so in reference to like I said, if I feel like there might have been other reasons he wasn't interested, right? Because I don't really think that if that was the only reason why you popped the balloon, you would have popped the balloon. It's my view that in a lot of ways, he probably just there's probably some other things there. And he just, again, hinged it on that thing. And then also like, just because these aren't things you do. There's nothing wrong with having someone try to pull you out of your comfort zone a little bit. At the end of the day, you got to agree to go, and you can say, I'm not about it. And if this is so important to her that it would be a deal breaker, then that's one conversation to have. But if it's just like she said, hey, these are things I like to do, these are things I've done, and I'm trying to show you how I could be interesting and unique, then it would be fair to think that she was not necessarily saying you need to do this with me, because then she would have said that these are some of my deal breakers, right? Someone who's not adventurous, someone who refuses to try new things. She simply just said, hey, by the way, I did these things. So I actually agree with her, and I don't think it's a bad thing to have someone pull you out of your comfort zone and have you try new things. So totally agree there, and yeah, I don't really believe that's the only reason why he popped, but that's the reason he's going to hinge on. So, all right, let's keep going.
From her saying, the skydiving, whatever it is she someone that is your type?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I like the demeanor. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you.
That ain't a problem with me at all. I like the demeanor.
I wouldn't make you skydive. If you said no, I would take no for an answer.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can follow my Instagram. I think I can get you to skydive.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little vibe.
Yeah, ironically, I think that's probably who she wanted to match with. And so, because it seems like I thought she was going to go down a victory, whatever I called it, the opposite of a victory lap here, and kind of just like, all right, well, you ugly anyway, right? And yeah, it doesn't seem like what she's doing here. It seems like she's trying to kind of hey, you might regret that. And I think we could probably be a good and decent match. So let's see if he decides to take a balloon back, because that's a little bit of the vibe I'm getting right now, but we'll see.
Ivor, you want that balloon back?
He don't gotta take his balloon back. We not begging. Let's go to the next.
Oh, no, we're not begging, but he looks like he's feeling you, girl. He looks like he's
If you don't want to skydive, I understand, but you gotta get out your comfort zone. You gotta explore different things. You gotta enjoy your life. You young, so.
Hey, you ain't lying.
Yeah.
You're good.
See, that's a moment there where she might be interested, but she's also kind of too proud to be like, well, you already popped on me, so it's going to have to be like that. I'm going forward, not backward, right? But again, when the camera's off, ain't no one say that they can just talk to each other, because this is what people do in the real world. They're just not going to be like, well, it happened on the show. Okay. All right.
We're going to move on then. All right, your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
My name is John. I'm 31. And I popped my balloon because you came out a little aggressive. You feel me? I like femininity. I'm not saying you not feminine, but your demeanor, maybe it's the liquor, you feel me? But
no.
And I think we from the same city, and I'm not trying to date no women from that. So.
Oh, you from Indianapolis?
From Indiana.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So first of all, what side of Indianapolis are you from?
From the east side.
What part?
Arlington.
You from Arlington, like 46?
46 in Arlington.
All right, shout out to the east side of Indianapolis.
Shout out.
If you from Indianapolis, you know why I'm like I am the way I am. I'm from the east side. I mean, aggressive is crazy. Femininity is crazy. I feel like my hair is done, my nails is done.
I'm not saying you're not feminine. I said, but you came out a little aggressive.
Did I cuss?
You was on a defensive mode.
No, I think you guys all.
See, there's almost a disconnect here. She is attributing femininity to her appearance, which is part of it, to be fair. But I think he's talking about femininity in demeanor, almost like a softness, almost like I guess not so aggressive, right? And there's certain elements there that some people have in their head for like an ideal version of what a feminine feeling is to them, more like a softness rather than like a hard edge, if you will. And I think this is what he's speaking to, and then she's combating by speaking to the appearance side of it, which again is totally a thing, but it's almost two sides of the same coin, and they're just almost disagreeing on the definition right now. So, yeah.
I look handsome. I'm just very like, this is my personality. I don't feel like I got to tone down for nobody, but I respect that you want somebody that maybe you can run over.
Not like that,
but you're very handsome.
Yeah, I think the run over part was a little unfair. I think I get what he's trying to say. He's not saying someone to run over. He's just saying someone who's a little bit more soft. It's probably a better way to even say that, but I can't find the right words for it right now. But I think run over is definitely a not a fair way to read that. But let's keep going.
Handsome. I love the slugs. I'm from Indianapolis. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
I'm
you
from the east side of Indianapolis. Actually, I'm from
Well, maybe
Like-
we need to link on some friendship shit, though.
Friendship. I don't think I want to be your friend. You embarrassed me on public YouTube with 1.5 million people. But
Yeah, you see, so number one, I feel her on that. And that's probably why, like I said, I think she's actually interested in this guy over here, but he popped on her. And so she's just like, nah, I'm not going to let you get this win on YouTube after popping on me. And, you know, I'm going to walk away here, my head held up high as the victor. Right. And then this guy just trying to turn around and say, let me put you in the friend zone. She's like, there is no way I'm going to accept being in the friend zone. I'm not that interested anyway. Get out of here. And now, in a way, I kind of respect it, because in a way, she might have gotten popped on by everybody, but she's almost flipping the dynamic back, right? She's putting everyone on their back foot as a result of them popping on her. But it's just funny to see, because it's just like, see, this guy feels it. He feels it too. And it's just like, yeah. I mean, she's right. These videos, I think at the time we started watching this one, this already has 1.5 million views on it. So she's absolutely correct insofar as I mean I wouldn't say he embarrassed her though, but if that's how she's feeling, because again, people deal with rejection differently, then she's gonna internalize that, and at this point she's just throwing it all out there. She's not even holding it in. So yeah, interesting.
I think that if you go home and then you mention my name, I think that you'll be pleasantly surprised. Like, I can't talk, but anyways, you'll be pleasantly surprised. I think you'll
Presently
actually hit
surprised.
me up after
I get
that.
it. I can't talk to you
You're
after
very
2 hours
handsome.
of the
I love a
stream.
chocolate man. Love your dreads. You look good. I like the Jordans. 10 out of 10.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to our next guy. Your name and age and why you ended up popping.
I'm Trey, 25, and I believe our temperaments would clash. The personalities that we have, I'm not a big fan of drunkenness in public, or
Okay.
just the idea of, it's just how it
man.
comes across. It's not, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
tagging you with that. I'm just saying that's how it came across at first.
Mhm.
But that's really it. I believe you're actually beautiful.
Thank you.
You kind of favor Glorilla. That to me, that's what
Glorilla is crazy.
I think Glorilla.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that too. That's not a shot, by the way. That's not a shot. There's a resemblance there. What is he gonna say?
I'm dark skinned. I think more like
Yeah. All right. So it means that she probably sees that as a shot. I don't think it was a shot. I think it's an observation, and I don't think she's ugly either. So maybe somewhere in that she sees her that way and thinks, "Oh, you just offended me." Like, right? It's like someone calls you, someone says, "Oh, you look like a Ninja Turtle" or something like that, right? That might be offensive to you, but okay. I think she took that wrong. But look, again, I can see it with the way he's been talking the whole day, with the way he presents himself. I can kind of see when she came out and she was like, "Oh, that's because I was drunk," or she was kind of loud. Again, it's her personality, and some people love that. But I didn't necessarily think that he would have been one of the last people here with the unpop balloon. So unsurprising at all is kind of what I'm saying here. Okay, let's keep going.
Kelly Rowland, but I appreciate the compliment.
That's fine as well.
Gracias.
But that's really it.
She said she looked like Kelly Rowland. Maybe the same skin complexion, but there is like no resemblance there. At least I don't see it. But okay.
I just believe our temperaments will clash. That's all.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
is he someone that's your type?
No, he's not my type.
Okay, why
You know,
not?
I just don't think I would like to be out on a nice dinner date or skydiving with somebody that wears pearls. I'm not drunk at all. A little tipsy, they gave us some drinks in the back, but I feel like I'm really put together. I feel like I'm carrying myself classy. But if that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. I don't like the pants. I'm going to be honest. I think that since you're light skinned, you should have wore something a little bit more, less olive. But okay. But you're handsome though.
Thank you.
Love your beard. I love the earrings.
She
I think
called
the
it a
gold
beard,
looks.
y'all. Hold on. She called it a beard, y'all.
Yeah,
I've been calling it a goatee for a minute. It's a beard now, you
feel
feel me?
I think that honestly, opposites attract. So I feel like if you feel like our temperaments would clash, I feel like you should get a little bit more confidence. I don't know.
That's what you be doing, it's a match.
I think that you should maybe date somebody that is more out there and get you out your comfort zone.
I appreciate the
Yeah.
It's interesting what she's doing at this point, because it seems like on one hand, she's trying to maybe take the people that she was partially interested in and kind of convince them why their perspective might be wrong. And in some ways, I can respect it, because it's trying to open people up to views that are different from their own. But at the same time, I think if they were at this point to say, you know what, you're right, let me get a balloon, she would still kind of just walk off on him because, as she mentioned earlier, you already popped on me. So like, what are we doing here? So it's like, on one hand, it seems like she's working towards a certain aim. But on another hand, it seems like that aim at this point is to convince them that they were wrong and then turn around and say, and I'm going to make you feel the fact that you were wrong because you already popped on me and I'm not going back. So find that pretty interesting.
Yeah, you're welcome, handsome.
Okay. Let's go over here. Your name and age, and why did you end up popping your balloon?
I'm so sad.
How you doing? My name is Nati. I'm 25 years old. I popped my balloon. I just didn't like the going back and forth with people. It's just not for me, that's all. But
Okay.
you're very pretty, you know.
Gracias for the compliment. Thank you. I'm not going to say it's going back and forth. Going back and forth sounds more like an argument. I feel like you guys stated your opinions about me and how you felt, and I feel like I gave you my opinions about y'all. I don't think it's a going back and forth. I think that we're all adults, and we should respect each other's opinions. So, I mean, if that's how you feel, that's a red flag to me, because imagine if we didn't agree on something and I said what I said and you said what you said, now you feel like I'm going back and forth like a kid. No, it's just, we just disagree. But I respect that. I think you're very handsome. Your hair is curly. You look good.
Thank you.
I like the shirt. Where you get it from?
My mama.
Your mom? Bless your mom. She's a great mom. It's
That's
nice.
funny.
It's well tailored. No, it's real tailored. I like the gold. I like that. You look good.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You know, that's something interesting she said too. I think how people perceive going back and forth is different from person to person. I think for a lot of these guys, and I think for myself as well, so for me, I'm perfectly fine with arguments. I'm perfectly fine with debate. And in fact, it's something I look for. It's something that I enjoy doing. But I think when in the context of what they're trying to say, they're saying there's almost a way you do it that goes from being, hey, let's have a discussion, or there's a disagreement and let's kind of hash it out, and there's like being argumentative for no reason. And I know it's not fair to say that and to probably put it that way, but there's just certain, like there's a lot of fine lines with things where people see it as, hey, I'm having a genuine disagreement with you about, and let's do this in a respectful manner. And there's like hey, I want to be aggressive and I want to fight you. And I think if you find yourself in that other in the latter category, people view that less favorably. If you find a way to balance it and to get your points across, but to stick up for yourself and have the argument in a respectful way that doesn't come off so harsh, then people can respect it, and people are ultimately okay with it. I think that balance is a hard thing to find for some people, but it's the difference between people finding like, oh, you're just arguing to argue, and oh, that person's opinionated, but I can respect it. So, and I think she's opinionated, obviously, and it's so funny because I think in the beginning I was kind of going off on her. There's a lot about her I can respect for sure. I could definitely say that. So I'll give her credit there. Oh, actually, first shot of the day. Let's first comment of the day. Let's just read this one out real quick. Let's see. You know what? It's crazy. I am actually having some technical difficulties, so I can't pull it up. So I'll just read it out loud. You seem mad chill. I'm surprised you look for arguments and debates. Well, shout out to you. That's a lot of what I hope to do on this channel. And as I get some more live streams and things going on, we're going to be doing a lot more of that. So shout out to you, Constant View. Appreciate you dropping in. All right, let's keep going.
Let's go to our next guy. Your name and age, and why you ended up popping your balloon.
I really want to know.
Yeah, my name Key. I'm 28. Really, to be honest, man, the physical attraction just isn't there. But I was gonna give you a chance. I was gonna hear you out. It's not. I mean, you don't look bad at all. But I mean, you look pretty good. But then you said you rap.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I'm not really cool with that, and all the traveling and stuff. So like
See?
the rapping, the traveling, the being out. It's just I don't like a busy woman like that. That's doing a little bit too much. Yeah.
Okay, that's understandable.
Like, you pretty much it went back and forth almost every dude up here. So I feel like we kind of a little argumentative a little bit. So like.
Guys, this is exactly what I was saying, right? Like you can stick up for yourself and you could do your best in order to, stand your ground and make your points. But there's always a way in which it comes off as to whether it is argumentative for no reason or you are just a person who stands up for themselves and is opinionated. It's a very fine line, but you want to get it correct. I don't think she has it, by the way. I mean, especially with the emotes. She's basically a cartoon character here. But I mean, this right here is not gonna you're not gonna convince anyone that you are in the category I said you should strive to be in. But I get it. I get it. Let's keep going.
I can see us being out on a date and you going back and forth with a waiter because something ain't cooked right. Or, like,
Wow. So you think I disrespect civilians and people that serve other people and do their job?
All these do civilians.
They're civilians, but they all gave their opinion on me and what they didn't like about me, and I gave my opinion back.
But I'm just saying it was real. Like it was pretty strong. Like it wasn't really. I'm not saying you don't have class, but I'm just saying it wasn't like classy. Like how you.
Come on, man. You gotta stand on it. Okay, we know what you're saying. You're saying she's argumentative. He's trying to walk it back right now. We get what you was trying to say. It's fine. Just say it and that's it. Move on. She at this point is not gonna get any softer on you. She's like she's already in war mode because you just called her argumentative, and she's not gonna read that correctly. So stand on business and keep it moving. So my advice to this brother right here. All right, let's finish up.
Okay, I'll wait till he's done. It's my turn.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, physical attraction. So what's the physical attraction? I would love for you to get in deep.
The way she looked at the camera, she looked like she's about to rip this guy. Like it's like what was it? Super Hot Fire. I'm about to end this man's whole career. Right? She said she's a rapper, right? Like she looked at the camera. I'm about to end this man's whole career. But to be fair, she's been nice to a lot of the guys when she's talked about them. So we'll see. But I know what that look was. So let's let's see what she has to say.
Detail.
I mean, it's just not like if I seen you out in the grocery store in the mall or something, I just like. I mean, like I said, you don't look bad. I just wouldn't really approach you like that.
What's your type?
He's super uncomfortable.
Yeah, I
he's
would love
super
what
uncomfortable right now.
Attracted to, since you're not physically attracted to me, which I'm not really.
I mean, I like natural hair.
Like
I said, I'm gonna keep it real. It's not so much like.
Be honest.
You can be pretty, but like the way you carry yourself can make you. I ain't gonna say ugly, but it can. All that go out the window. So
you felt like I carried myself aggressively?
A little bit. Like I said, I don't know if it was the drinks, but it was.
No, this is how I am all the time.
It wasn't pleasant. I say that.
It wasn't pleasant. Do y'all all feel that way?
I don't see no balloon.
I feel like y'all intimidated. I feel like I'm a very pleasant person. I feel like I understand the physical attraction. Me too. I pay attention to detail. I feel like
I don't know if intimidated is right, but we'll let her talk
first. Nice
first.
look to your, face, whatever.
Appreciate it.
Me personally, I wouldn't put on no Dolce Cabbanas because I feel like they played out because I'm into swag or whatever the case may be.
That's all good.
I feel like my attitude is actually very great. I feel like any man that dates me is going to be overwhelmed with me just supporting his confidence and me building him up. I feel like that if you guys don't like a woman that likes to have a conversation or maybe disagree every once in a while, then y'all should reevaluate yourself. Also, as far as you saying that I'm the type of person that you feel like if we were outside and a waitress or a waiter said that I got into it with them or whatever you said, I'm sorry, I was kind of listening. I think that is very... I don't know I don't know how to describe it, but I mean, I go on 5-star dinner restaurants all the time. People make mistakes. I'm not going to fault anybody or be disrespectful because they make mistakes. But if somebody says something to me, I am going to speak my mind, and then I'm going to give my man a chance to give me their opinion, and I'm going to go back.
Let's head on back.
All right. So it's interesting. She basically just like, at this point, we're done here. I'm going to just address all you guys one last time. And she's like, well, you all feel this way, right? And they kind of agreed, right? It's kind of the same things we're seeing here. And it's funny because I think she kind of stood on it as to say, I am not going to go on my way and be mean or be out loud or outspoken unnecessarily. If someone's doing something that is untoward, right, I'm going to speak about it. But again, and look, to be fair, the instinct is fine. I think everyone will be okay with that. But how you do it is really the delicate balance that I don't think she quite has. But to be fair, there's going to be guys who like her approach. I know people personally who would see someone like her and be like, I like a girl who's a little bit more feisty. I like someone who's a little bit more outspoken, and that's something that they're looking for. So it's really going to be who you walk into. that will make it, that will determine whether or not you're compatible. But it's again, it's just funny to kind of see it here and see how everyone kind of feels a similar way. I think she's also just I don't know if she's used to kind of this, but I do know because she's kind of a person who knows how to fight. When she saw them pop the balloon, she's like, we're going to go ahead through each and every single person. And I need you to tell me why. I need you to stand on your reason right now as to why you popped the balloon. And if you can't, then I'm going to have to embarrass you the way I feel you embarrassed me when you popped the balloon. Because that's what she mentioned when she got this guy to basically get ready to unpop his balloon. She was like, nah, now that I got you on the back foot and I got you to concede that you were wrong, I'm gonna keep walking forward. So I mean, it's again, different personalities. Some people are like this, and it seems like she doesn't have a match here today. But I could definitely see some people who are attracted to her personality type, a very strong personality type, to say the least.
All right. Well, that is all the balloons popped. But we do thank you for coming on. Let's go ahead and give it up for her, guys. I'll take this mic.
Oh.
All right, we are wrapped up here.
Okay.
All right. Well, look, guys, that was fun. And at this point, I think I've been at it for about 2 hours and 40 minutes. This is probably the longest live stream I did, and my timing actually worked out today. So first, I want to say thank y'all, whoever came in today, for dropping in. I appreciate you going through this with me. It was fun. I'm going to continue to do a lot of these as time goes by. Let me know if there is a particular video or something you would like me to react to live. You want to get your thoughts. Always feel free to jump down in the comment section below. And yeah, we're going to wrap it here, guys. So anyways, that's my perspective. What's yours? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you haven't already, and subscribe, as I got much more content like this on the way. So until next time, YouTube, peace. Now the awkward part of actually trying to end the stream.